Got 'em. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older? And you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 top tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
Rock fans, this one's for you. The Rolling Stones are back with the brand new album Foreign Tongues out July 10th. Experience powerful new songs, timeless rock and roll, and the unmistakable sound that has defined generations. From the band that helped shape rock history, don't miss your chance to pre-order today. Visit therollingstonesshop.com now and secure your copy of Foreign Tongues before the official release.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
KHDK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson. Online at SactownSports.com or on the app. Kings, Niners, and Sacramento. The Matt and Kayla Show starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to Friday.
Yeah.
One day until the weekend. And today's an extra happy Friday for one reason and a sad Friday for another. We'll get to the happy Friday reason in just a second. But the sad Friday reason is this. It's an end of an era here at Sactown Sports. Our friend, our producer, and was the co-host and producer of Alan Stiles' show on the Midday Show before we took over at the beginning of the year. Today is Kyle Ledbetter's last day at Sactown Sports.
Woo! Wait, hold on. Wait.
Are you happy about that or sad? We don't know.
Wait, do the Allen tears.
What? I can't even cry normally.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you're pretty good at not showing emotion.
I'm very emotional, but not good at expressing it.
Well, I'll do it for you because I always
Sure.
cry,
Yeah,
laugh.
tell Kayla how you're feeling.
Yeah,
and
then I'll do it for you.
Yeah, I'm good at expressing emotion. I can't cry for some reason. It's very hard for me to. I even do like a fake cry.
So we have a full show together today. It's not like, get out now, Kyle. So we're going to do our show as normal, enjoy one last run one more time with the three of us. At the very end, every Friday, since this show was created, we do what's called Kyle's Curveball, which is where Kyle would always bring something creative to the table. Well, Kyle's Curveball today is going to be Kyle's send-off, essentially, and his goodbye. So that's the time where we'll fully, officially say so long and farewell to Kyle. But we do want to say, to start the show, Kyle, we love you. We appreciate everything that you do. Looking forward to doing it one more time, and we're glad that we were able to share these first 6 months already. Oh my God!
I think it's
starting
almost longer
6
than
months
that.
as of Saturday.
Starting a new show in the middle of a chaotic Kings season to literally start a year in January, and to have Kyle, who had been here, had been the vet here in many ways, especially in this time slot, to hold it down. We appreciate it. So let's do it one more time, shall we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait,
I'm excited.
I want to say something too.
Yeah,
of course.
Go for it.
So when I came to Sacramento, not knowing where the hell I was going to work, what I was going to do with my life, I was filling in here, and I filled in first for Alan Stiles, was on maternity leave. And Kyle was the producer. And so I was brought in, and I didn't know anyone. And Kyle was so gracious, so kind, and just made... See, I told you I was going to get emotional.
Oh, she's tearing up.
And made me feel so comfortable coming from a toxic situation. So thank you so much for being that person. And everybody here is so kind and just like so encouraging, even my co-host here. But
For those who can't see, Matt just pointed at himself.
A lot of the things you don't see behind the scenes, like in everyday life. So just wanted to say thank him.
Especially on that side of the glass too, because I started my career here on that side of the glass, right? And the amount of plates that you juggle over there, in addition to being very well spoken on the mic like Kyle is, and getting involved in conversations, and he brings there. I mean, there are times. Listen, when you do a 4-hour show, you can build a rundown and you plan all this and that, but sometimes they're the best show moments a lot of times are the ones that just are curveballs that come out of nowhere that you can't really plan. And when you can have not just a producer and a board op that makes sure everything gets on the air and looks good, which with me and especially that's difficult to do, for Kyle to be able to add to the show and bring other things to the show that would then suddenly become the main event of the show at times has been a real treat. So shout out to you, Kyle. Let's do this one more time. Let's enjoy it, and then we'll officially do our send-off for you during Kyle's curveball at 1:30 today.
Man, if Kayla's already crying, how many times is she going to cry throughout the show today?
Well, he told me to start the show. I was very petty.
No, you mocked people.
Or I've been very... So don't worry, I can switch it up.
Yeah,
Remember, I'm a
That
Gemini,
is very
Kyle.
true. See, it's like Matt talked for like a minute, and now you're back. It's like, I'm good.
But when I talk about things that mean something to me, most of the time I'm going to get emotional, and I don't give a damn. I don't apologize.
She's crying about it now. She'll bully you halfway through, and then she'll be crying again by the end of it. Don't worry.
We're going to get to 2 pick-asides, and she's going to be like, now we're going to finally, once you're gone, we're going to get to all 4.
What is it called? Like the stages of grief, right? Aren't there like 5 stages of grief? Kayla's going to go through them in about 20 minutes. So we'll see how it goes.
By the end of this segment, she's going to be like, all right, see you later.
Get out.
Oh, goodness. It should be a fun show today.
It is going to be a fun show, especially because, listen, we had to stay up past 10 p.m. to watch NBA Summer League basketball last night. And if we're going to do that, it better be freaking worth it. And by golly, the Kings made it worth it.
It was, and I took a 2-hour nap, so I stayed up for every single second of that game. And I was up for an hour even after the game.
Why?
Because I had like adrenaline and I couldn't. That's what happens sometimes.
So what did you do? When you have adrenaline late at night, what do you do?
Swept the floors, mopped the floors.
Oh, you power clean? Ew. That's what my wife does.
I am now like one of those people who just clean all the time. And
ew.
And I've always been a clean person, but I've always been like the clothes are in a pile person, but not no more.
Oh, clothes are in a
pile. Those aren't even in the pile anymore. I'm a new woman.
Wow.
I know.
It's because there's so much chaos here. You have to have order at home.
I have chaos in my life except for here. So at home, I have to keep everything in order.
Not me, man. I watched that Kings game after putting my son to bed. I recorded a podcast and I crawled into bed. I was ready to
passed out.
I was ready to go. But seriously, last night's game was a ton of fun. Like I was smiling ear to ear watching the majority of the game, enjoying it. Now, again, everything is through the context of it's Summer League. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Relax. But I saw a brand of basketball that echoes what Scott Perry's talked a lot about. Talk about the pillars, Doug Christie's standard. We saw that. And all I'm imagining is, first and foremost, shout out to, I forget what they're called, the Wave or something like that. There was a Clippers fan section that was there. I love that.
It was really creative.
I love because they have the wall, which is super cool at Intuit Dome. I love that. That's so unique to LA Clippers fan culture. So to see that fan group out there was great. I think
it's the Swell.
The Swell, thank you. Yeah, that's what they're called, the Swell. So to see them out there was awesome. I saw a ton of Kings fans out there as well. I heard Light the Beam chants towards the end of the game. So your presence was felt out there too, Sacramento. But I was watching, especially that second and third quarter, I'm watching the defensive effort from Emmanuel Sharp. I'm watching Darius Akov Jr. get a block and then drop a dime to Dylan Cardwell for a bucket and a foul on the other end of the floor. And I'm thinking, man, in December, January, February, this team might be have 15 wins at that point. But if they're doing that on a semi-nightly basis, like the Golden One Center is going to respond to that. And if that's a screenshot of how hard these guys are going to play, and that's the brand of basketball that the Sacramento Kings want to be known for, because Scott Perry has been very vocal about, we are going to be the, what did he say? Not in shape, but what has he said?
Physical, they're going to be.
No, it's like oh my gosh, it's not endurance. He's used a term that other players have, conditioning, extreme conditioning, I think is what he's been using.
It is.
Like they're going to be an extremely well-conditioned team that's going to play hard and outplay you on a nightly basis, right? Again, that's not proven for the main roster by what we see in Summer League, but you see the flashes of there it is, and it made me excited watching that in Vegas last night.
I love right now a youth movement. It was needed. And I know we're going to see some of these veteran players still on the team this next year, and that's fine. I hope that they can contribute if Domantas Sabonis is still here, if Zach LaVine is still here. It is what it is, so we might as well, if that does happen to be the case, embrace it. But what I will say is the youth movement is going to outshine what they've had in the past, because now we know what they're going towards and what they're working towards when it comes to an identity. And while it always takes a minute for these guys to get going, and I know Alex Cariban specifically had a rough night. He's not played basketball for a while. I think he had maybe one practice before this. I have no doubt he'll get his shot going. So I'm not worried about that. But I do feel like when I watch these youngsters, they do kind of know their roles. Now, they have to refine their roles and they have to get more comfortable in their roles. But I do feel like I'm like, okay, that's that guy. Okay, this guy can do this. Like, I just feel like I'm starting to see like how this team is going to form.
Yeah.
And remember, it is Summer League. Nothing is going to be perfect. Guys are 19 years old. Some of these guys, Akov Jr. On the team right now. Others are obviously adjusting for the first time to this level of play. And I know it's not the regular season yet, but it is still a lot of like eyes on you type of a situation. I'm not even worried about any of the players right now. I just am encouraged by the fact that they have bought in to what Scott Perry and Doug Christie are trying to sell.
And what I love so much about what Doug and Scott are looking for and what they say they want the identity of the Kings to be is, of course, talent is important. And Scott has said this in a number of interviews. He said this when he was being interviewed on the broadcast last night. Every team has talent. What the Kings are asking these players to do, and what I imagine they're going to continue to ask the entire roster come training camp time, is playing hard every night, being well-conditioned. You do not have to be super talented and have the skills and the ability to match up with the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs to check those boxes. Everybody, as they stand right now, can play the brand of basketball that the Sacramento Kings want to play. Then you layer the talent on top of it. Then you layer the Darius Akov Jr.'s incredible scoring ability. You layer the Domantas Sabonis impact on everything, how you incorporate Zach LaVine. Like, you can build all of that, but right now, setting the foundation of just being a team that's super well-conditioned, that works their ass off, that is not afraid to lose the fight, it plays a physical brand of basketball and brings it every single day. I'm not gonna pretend to say that's easy to do, because I get tired running to the fridge.
Yeah.
But that's very achievable for a team as far away from contending as we know the Sacramento Kings are.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to continue to see through the regular season is the growth of some of these players. Hey, some of them might work their way into Emmanuel Sharp, seeing more minutes than we maybe expected when he was first drafted. And I don't want to get too overboard or underwhelmed, but I will say, like, I know he is proving like he wants to be like seeing the floor in the regular season. And he wants to be that guy that can make a difference, especially defensively. And I know we're going to get into all of this because there's a ton to get into what he did on the floor last night and against Keaton Wagler, who, might I add, I am not trying to be rude by any means. I've never been huge on Wagler. I think Wagler physically has a lot to work on to be someone who can push around and like who can hold his own. He kind of disappeared last night.
Because he couldn't get past Emmanuel Sharp.
I understand that, and he was double teamed at times. But we're saying that other guards aren't being double teamed. Like Akov is getting
blitzed
guys
every time
all over him.
Crosses half court.
There was a defending play last night by the Clippers where he had 2 guys on him, and he made the pass through them.
Yep.
I think it was to Cardwell, maybe.
Yep.
And like, it's just like, okay, that's fine. And I'm not saying he's going to be a bust, but like, I was really underwhelmed by Keaton Wagler last night.
Yeah, we're going to start the show going through just individual performances and touching on them briefly because we have a lot to dive into specifically. At noon during our lunch break, we're really going to talk about Emmanuel Sharp seemingly becoming another name on Scott Perry's list of second-round steals because he found Maxime Reynaud last season. You can even add Dylan Cardwell to that, kind of, even though he was an undrafted free agent. Of course, Mitchell Robinson was his gem in New York. And now, I mean, again, early, 2 California Classic games and 1 NBA Summer League game, but you're on the right path to looking like another second-round steal. So we'll talk about Emmanuel Sharp a lot during our lunch break today at noon. We also, at 1 o'clock, will have our NBA Summer League overreactions. Essentially, I have just 7 statements, and we'll decide how much of it is an overreaction and how much is there truth to it. Because all of them will have an element of overreaction naturally because, again, it's 1 Summer League game. But there's a lot of positives to take from it that give you excitement for the future. ABC 10's Kevin John, my former partner, is in Las Vegas. He was there in the Thomas and Mack Center last night watching the Kings play and got to speak to some of the Kings players and coaches afterwards. So Kevin will join us at 11 o'clock. Kyle, I'm sorry to do this because I'm bad at my job, and I forgot to mention this ahead of time. I know on the morning show this morning, Jason Ross played a clip of Darius Akov Jr. and his post-game interview with ESPN. I want to play that in just a second because I think the accountability of Akov is, 1, really, really important and really encouraging, but 2, is exactly what Kayla Anderson has said about Darius since before he was drafted, right? Especially when it came to the defensive conversation. And funny enough, Kayla, when talking about Darius's game, and by the way, just to give you the numbers, he had 19 points, 7 assists, should have had double digits assists, but a couple bunnies were missed by his teammates. It's summer league.
That's part of the timing.
It happens. But his assist numbers have gone up every single time that he's played, which is encouraging. He had 7 assists last night. Once again, 2 steals and a block. He's making a defensive impact. The shooting was inefficient, 6 of 20 from the field. You'll hear him talk about that in just a second. I made a note, and I even tweeted it out. Very early in this game, Kayla, the LA Clippers get a transition opportunity. And I think it's Max Christie. Is that his name?
No, Chris Christie.
Chris Christie. Thank you.
Chris Christie.
Chris Christie is in transition, and Akov is backpedaling.
Yep.
And this is the first time that I've ever seen Akov in a Kings jersey just basically go, Olay.
Yeah,
like,
and I saw that.
Got out the way. Mm-hmm. Now, another King was there, ended up fouling Christie. He went to the free throw line. I want to say it was Neat Clifford. So we can't hear on the court if Akov was told to back off or I got him, or we don't know. But that was the first time that I've seen Akov willingly not try and defend and get out the way. Yeah. And we saw clips of that in those Arkansas highlights that would talk about his bad defense. So I made a mental note of that because I was like, okay, that's the first time I've kind of seen it. 3 minutes later, Christie's in transition again. It's one-on-one with Akov. Christie's going up for the layup. Akov slaps the ball out of his hands. It goes out of bounds off Akov, but saves 2 points. Mm-hmm. So immediately you see a play where, hey, there's kind of the Akov defense that we were worried about at Arkansas, and boom, there's an Darius Akov impact, not to mention 2 other steals and a block that he had. I'm sorry. I know he's not defending the best point guards in the NBA yet, and he will, and he's going to get targeted. We'll get there when we get there. But right now, I am not seeing anything about Akov defensively that has me concerned. I'm not.
He's had a block in the last 2 games. Mm-hmm. Someone said on here for being a smaller guard, he sure can get his hands in there and stuff. Yeah, because he has a 6'7" wingspan.
Yeah, he's quick.
And he's not even in, like, I think the best shape he's going to get into as a player. Like, I think he's going to be more conditioned and stuff as we go along here and as he becomes a pro. That's just how he is and how, he's going to be shown the way. That's also part of being a rookie. You're being shown the way. Again, you're also 19 years old. He's going to put on a little more muscle, So I think I'm honestly impressed with Akov, even though he's been a little inefficient. Look at the game before him with DeBonsa and Peterson. Yeah. DeBonsa was awesome, but look at the efficiency with both of them. They were both not efficient.
Spot on.
Boom, they were not efficient.
Spot on. And I know a lot of people, especially, were overreacting to his game where he took 29 shots in his first game. But everybody's reactions I kind of expect. The only person that I'm happy to hear it from is Darius Akov Jr. Here is Darius speaking on the ESPN broadcast, post-game interview immediately following the win. And after we play this sound, I want to follow this up with something that I think is really, really important. But here is Darius Akov Jr. taking accountability unprompted post-game on national TV.
Darius, this thing got a little hairy there down the stretch. How were you guys able to pull this out at the end?
Just playing together, just trying to come out with the win.
And then for you, it's your third game now in this summer. What have you learned about yourself, I guess, in this environment with new teammates all the time?
Just building a relationship. Got to be better, though, playing terrible.
Why is that? Why do you think you're playing terrible?
Too inefficient. Just got to make more shots in a row and get my teammates involved more.
All right. Well, what are you looking most forward to then, I guess, besides that and getting yourself to an efficient place here, kind of moving forward the rest of the way?
Just getting better, staying in the gym. Don't get mad about one game. Just keep going, and, I'm going to be better. I know that by myself, but more than anything, we got the win, so that's the most important thing.
No question about it, Darius. Thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it.
That's Darius Akov Jr. after the win. Two things. One, I love the fact that, and this is not the first time we heard this during the California Classic, too, he's the first one to take the accountability and put it upon himself. We need that out of our future star here in Sacramento. Number two, and this is the main thing that I want to say, I want to hype up my partner a little bit, because Kayla, for months, when we were talking about the pre-draft process and we were talking about the defense and can he improve as a defender, Kayla, you don't know Darius Akov Jr. personally, but you've had conversations with people about him. Mm-hmm. You've heard how opposing coaches and his own coaches have talked about him, and you would repeatedly say, I think he has, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but essentially you reiterated over and over again, I see something in him in terms of his desire to get better, his desire to improve. We were largely talking about that from a defensive standpoint, and I know in that clip he's largely talking about offense, his shooting efficiency, and getting his teammates more involved. But that's what you've been saying Darius Akov is.
Yeah, it's something you can't teach. I think just like if you see a person and you see it with their play, but you also see it with the mentality, like there's certain people that just stick out like that. Mm-hmm. And I think that's honestly who Akov is. And some people might have mistaken it during the draft process of, oh, he's selfish, or, oh, he's an ISO shooter. Like, I don't think that's who he is. I think he's going to try to be the best teammate, try to be the best playmaker. And then when he wants to take those shots, and eventually these shots are going to start falling too, these more difficult shots that he's taking. But what I noticed last night is he, first of all, took accountability after that first game for not setting his teammates up more.
Immediately.
That was the first. And then he came out that second game in the California Classic, and he had like way more assists. I think
his
4
assists have gone up every single game.
So he checked that off and then came out, was a little inefficient in shooting. But what I will say with that, Matt, is he was getting his teammates involved from the jump last night.
He was.
And it took a minute to get that, again, timing right for some of these guys to finish on the other end. But he then started to kind of compile up these assists, and you started seeing him go from 4 to 5 to 6. I noticed in the fourth quarter, he got away from that a little. And there was a stretch where he was playing a little bit of that hero ISO ball.
Yeah, fourth quarter.
And the minute I saw it, I was like, he's trying to do too much. And I think that's where we saw the inefficiency. That definitely didn't help him. And he got away from his game a bit.
Yeah.
But I think that's all a part of the growing process.
Right.
Because I think it is in his mind first to get his teammates involved. You see him all the time looking around, and he makes some interesting tough passes sometimes. That's only going to get better.
Akov clearly is playing with a chip on his shoulder, and he completely outplayed Keaton Wagler last night, who was the 5th pick, and Darius, of course, the 7th pick. Now, one Summer League game does not decide a career. That game does not mean that Darius Akov Jr. is going to be a better player than Keaton Wagler. But if I'm a Sacramento Kings fan, which I am, and if I'm the Sacramento Kings, I'm feeling pretty damn good about the guard that fell to me after last night's performance, of course. If I have a criticism of Darius Akov Jr.'s game, it's that I don't like his shot selection a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But what I am seeing is a player that found a way to score in like a multitude of creative and sometimes chaotic ways at Arkansas, who is using the Summer League and should also be using training camp and preseason coming up, and even the first part of his rookie season, to figure out what's a good shot and what's not at the NBA level. This is the time to experiment with it. I would rather, and I have the same note for Darren Peterson, and we'll talk about Darren Peterson versus AJ DeBonsa in the next segment. You do not want to see timidness. You do not want to see timidness at this point. You want to see aggression offensively, and that's what we're seeing out of Darius Akov Jr. And really quick note, because speaking of timidness, I just want to give a shout-out and show some love for Neek Clifford, because while he didn't have the most exciting, amazing game numbers-wise, Neek was so freaking decisive and fearless with the basketball last night. Every time the ball touched his hands, he knew immediately what he wanted to do with it. He got downhill, attacked the basket, had a nice dunk off of a feed from Darius Akov Jr. He was aggressive. He was physical. I loved that from Neek Clifford last night.
Neek's learning not to hold back, and right now it's not going to look perfect every time because he is also trying to be more aggressive and trying to not be like, oh, don't take the shot. Should I take the shot?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when that happens, you're not going to make every single shot. But I'm with you. I think he's growing at a more rapid pace now. Like he still has a lot to build off of in terms of his game, but I think he's getting there. Dylan Cardwell, to me.
Yeah.
I mean, man, when he is on the court, you recognize he's on the court.
Yeah.
Dylan has progressed since last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think whatever work he's been doing, and even some of his shots he's taking now, like even in that game, I felt like he was taking a few more shots. Like, I really like what Dylan is doing. And obviously the rebounding is chef's kiss.
Going back to Summer League last year, I know we got a break. Going back to Summer League last year, I remember the way Dylan played. We're like, oh, this young man out of Auburn is physical and is athletic. Last night, Dylan Cardwell looked like a man amongst boys. Dylan was
right?
pushing his way around, getting wherever he wanted, and he used 9 of his 10 fouls, and that's by design. We'll talk about that a little bit later on because we know an issue of his at the NBA level was defending without fouling, but he said, damn it, if I got all of them, if you come into the paint, I'm fouling you. You're not getting an easy, I'm going to use every bit of it. He's got 10 of them. I've got 10 of them to use. But there was one moment, Kayla, did you catch it? Dylan, inbound pass in the first half to Dylan Cardwell. Akov runs around him. Dylan, drop-off pass. Akov rises up, knocks down the 3. And I took a mental screenshot of that moment because, one, it was great to see him run it with Dylan. I'm looking forward to seeing Darius Akov Jr. run that with Max. But I saw that moment. I said, bam, that's Domantas Sabonis.
Absolutely.
That is what Akov and Sabonis can do all season long if they want to. A lot of people were saying that
online, too. They were like, we can't wait till that's maybe Sabonis.
That was Sabonis basketball right there.
Mm-hmm.
And if Akov can run off of screens like that and take those DHOs and those drop-off passes, whoo! Sabonis is going to create space for him. I loved it. We got so much more from last night's game to talk about. We also have to talk about AJ DeBonsa and the Wizards taking on Darren Peterson and the Jazz. Before the Kings played, Alex Cariban did struggle in his debut. I'm not overly worried. We'll discuss that as well. And we got a couple fun matchups on Summer League, in Summer League, I should say, tonight to enjoy. Matt and Kayla just getting started here on a Friday. It's Sactown Sports.
After going undefeated in the California Classic, the Kings kicked off Summer League with a win against the Clippers in Las Vegas. After another strong performance from Darius Akov and Emmanuel Sharp, are the pair of rookies beginning to emerge as a dynamic backcourt duo.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This Green and Gold Injury Report update is brought to you by the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. If you've got an injury, just call Gingery. Tough news on the injury front. Brent Rooker, who was rehabbing his left knee bone bruise, is now set to have season-ending surgery. The procedure is set to take place during the All-Star break at Stanford and will keep him out for the remainder of the 2026 season. Rooker hit 30 home runs last year and will be sorely missed in the lineup for the remainder of the year.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms?
At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end.
Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
It is Christmas in July with the Sacramento River Cats. Join us on Saturday, July 25th at Sutter Health Park for holiday fun, summertime baseball, and a festive night you won't forget. Celebrate the season early. Grab your tickets now at rivercats.com.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Before we got to enjoy the Sacramento Kings defeating the LA Clippers to open up Las Vegas Summer League with a W, they remain undefeated in all Summer League action. If you count the California Classic, them going 3-0 in the California Classic, which we do around here, of course, unless they lost, then it wouldn't count. The Kings are 1-0, got a nice win, and it followed up the game that everybody was excited about. You see how packed the Thomas and Mack Center was?
Well, people were waiting in line in the morning to get better seats.
AJ DeBonsa versus Darren Peterson. The Wizards beat the Jazz, and I'll just say this. I felt this way beforehand. Feel it the same watching, although it is like I had to check myself a little bit because I was almost, part of me was like bitter.
Were you in mourning?
No, I was like bitter watching going, AJ DeBonsa, what is he doing with the Wizards? It's dumb. But then I'm like, Matt, you support and follow the Sacramento Kings. If AJ DeBonsa were in Sacramento, people would be saying the same thing. Buzz off. Ultimately, I watched AJ DeBonsa play his first game, and it just further reiterated what I've always felt. That dude's going to be a superstar. He's just going to be a superstar.
No, he is. They made the right choice picking AJ DeBonsa. Loved also that both teams had their veterans there that were right in the courtside watching their guys. That's one of my favorite parts when I see Summer League and I see the vets come out and are there. Like, I think Trae Young was there.
AD was there.
God, he's such a big dude.
He's a very big dude.
He sits there and he looks like he takes like 3 chairs. And then there's Trae Young. He just looks like a professor coming out of a class or something.
He kind of does.
He's so funny.
Jaren Jackson Jr. was there.
Yeah, Triple J was there. So it was good to look and see that. And that's a lot for these youngsters to have that support. It really is.
Quick side note, did you know that Scotty Barnes was there last night watching the Kings game to support Jonathan Mobo?
Really? Really?
Yeah, Scotty Barnes, of course, star for the Toronto Raptors, was there supporting Mobo, who spent his last 2 seasons with the Raptors. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I love that. It's really cool, and the storylines are endless there. That's why it's so fun to be at NBA Summer League, because you just get to see so many people and you learn so many different things.
Brandon Ingram was there with Glorilla.
Brandon Ingram was there with Glorilla. I saw that too. I think that when I watched the game last night, and I loved this 1-2 matchup and all the hype that came with it, AJ to me just stands out. Like, just he makes it look effortless. He has a presence on the floor. There's just something about him that screams like, I'm gonna be a star. I think that when it comes to Darren Peterson, he's going to be really good in the league. Don't get me wrong. I do think he is going to be a great player in the league. I think he has more to work through.
Yes.
And I think that the Utah Jazz, I've kind of heard from when I've been watching some shows and reading some articles, that Utah might want to make him a true point guard.
It looks like they're trying to.
And if that's the case, it's going to take a minute to get to that spot.
Yeah.
Because we talked about the turnovers last night.
Yeah,
and I know he's had 18 in the games that he's played in Summer League so far.
Yep.
There's a lot of things he's going to have to work through, but there's no doubt that he's a playmaker. I mean, this guy does things sometimes and it's like, you just made that shot? But there's a lot more to kind of get to that place.
Yeah.
Than
He had
AJ.
eight turnovers last night, but I'm watching, I even tweeted this out, like, I'm the same way I'm not worried about the amount of shots that Darius Akov Jr. is taking. With Darren Peterson, it's like, now is the time to experiment. Now is the time to try things. And it's very clear, very obvious, even before the Jazz took or Darren Peterson, that Darrison was letting it be known, hey, I'm more than capable of being a lead ball handler.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if the Jazz, because they have George there, I don't know if the Jazz need him to be the starting point guard right away. He's likely going to start as the 2 guard, but when you have 2 interchangeable, essentially hybrid point guards on the floor at any given time, that gives you a lot of options. We know Darren Peterson can be very effective off of the ball, and then he can create for himself well on the ball, but the handles definitely have to tighten up.
Yeah.
He turned the ball over a couple of times, trying to just sneak some passes in there and trying to make some plays for his teammates.
Fine.
Those I 100% accept. Then he had a couple of turnovers where he just lost the basketball or dribbled it off his foot or just didn't handle it cleanly. Those are the ones that you definitely need to tighten up if you're going to be the scorer and offensive threat that you are expected to be. And that's one of the areas where I know Darius Akov Jr. had 4 turnovers last night, but you can see the confidence that Akov has in his handles to be able to get to the spots that he wants. The shot selection needs work, but the handles are there. For Darren Peterson, the shot selection's really good. The handles are a little loose.
Yeah.
So it's just different things different guys are working on.
Yeah, and again, young guys that have plenty of time to grow. In terms of Peterson last night too, what was the note that I was going to make on that? Shoot, I lost it. I'll get back to it once I had a brain fart.
No problem.
But it was fun to watch both of them last night, though. I mean, the crowd was into it. AJ kind of spoke after the game that he's gone up against Peterson
many
times in that year in the Big 12. But he said, obviously, he finally kind of got more of the upper hand this time. And that was with him going out. AJ DeBonso went out of the game late, and I was a little scared.
Was that not poetic?
It really was.
Was that
it was,
not
and
poetic?
It was was it his calf or something?
He was dealing with cramping.
That was weird.
Was it not poetic that
weird.
AJ DeBonsa was out to close the game, and it was a close game. He was out to close the game with cramping while Darren Peterson finished the game. Like that, it was just so weirdly poetic and not in a negative way at all towards AJ. Like, this is Summer League. If you have anything that's wrong with you, you're the new franchise star, the number 1 overall pick. Sit your ass down, and we're taking as good a care of you as we possibly can.
Right.
There was just something so poetic about Peterson's out there finishing, AJ DeBonsa's cramping on the bench. It was like, wow.
But AJ was down there rooting on his guys as they were able to hold off Utah. The thing I was going to bring up, Peterson also was dealing with some fouls last night. So that number was a little high too for him. So just again, things that these guys are going to have to work on, but you can see just how special they are.
Well, speaking of fouls, that's the one thing about A.J. DeBonce's game. You expect a lot of fouls at the Summer League level because you got a lot of them, might as well use them, and there's a lot of hand-checking and just younger players trying to figure out how to defend at the NBA level. A.J. DeBonce is going to get to the line a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get to the line a lot because he's so long.
Mm-hmm.
And he is not... Like, I wouldn't describe A.J. DeBonce's game as physical, just like I wouldn't describe Kevin Durant's game as physical. But they know how to handle physicality.
Isn't that SGA a little too?
SGA sells a little bit more, but SGA can be physical too. But SGA is a guard, and Durant and AJ are just so long that they can take that bump and shoot over the top of you. And if they don't make it, they're stepping to the free throw line, where I expect AJ's a really, really good free throw shooter. I think it was 7 of 8 from the free throw line last night. And remember, a lot of these free throws are 2 for 1.
It's like you go up one time and they're 2 or 3.
So that's where AJ got the majority of his points, because like you pointed out, he didn't shoot all that efficiently, but nobody's panicking because you're seeing a guy just that's out there figuring things out a little bit. But I think A.J. DeBonce is going to, I mean, he can score all over the mid-range, and it's impossible to block his shot because of how long he is. He can, of course, get downhill and finish well at the rim like he showed a couple of times. But, man, that man's going to get to the free throw line a lot. And if he's going to be a good free throw shooter, he's going to score a lot of points.
Getting to the line, unfortunately, because some people don't like this, it's part of the game, and if you can do it and you can take advantage of it, it's going to favor your team.
Signs of a good scorer being able to get to the line. Because the defense has to react to you, and you have to make the defense pay for if they overreact.
And he's showing that early on for sure.
If a defender's going to be too physical with him, because sometimes in order to have someone long enough to potentially contest his shot, a lot of times you need to throw a big man at him. Well, a big man's going to play a little more physical. If you can use that physicality against them to get to the line, great. If you have a guard that's poking around trying to poke the ball free from you, that's where DeMar DeRozan has made his career, right? How many times did we see DeMar DeRozan just standing there with the ball, and as soon as the defender's hand would go anywhere near, boom, he's rising up, foul.
He's one of the best at it. He really is.
Learning how to do it, and I think AJ is going to be someone more than capable of doing that. So I had fun watching AJ DeBonce versus Darren Peterson, and I'm very much looking forward to 5 p.m. tonight. Cam Boozer and the Grizzlies.
The Booze Cruise.
Taking on Caleb Wilson and the Bulls at 5 o'clock.
Booze Cruise should be his new nickname.
Seriously, right? I mean, I love a good Booze Cruise.
The Booze Cruise in
Memphis?
No doubt
about it. Well, you're not.
Oh, Memphis Booze Cruise doesn't sound as fun.
We're not going on the river in Memphis, really, but go to the coast a little,
maybe.
Like
a beer bike? The Booze Cruise in Memphis is like a beer bike?
It's like the pedal, they have like the pedal
tavern
thing in Nashville. Yeah, the pedal taverns.
We also have kind of an interesting matchup in terms of story, but not so much in basketball on the court, but Braden Burries was drafted by the Bucks at the 10th overall pick, and then was it 14 that the Heat had? I don't remember off the top of my head. 13, thank you. And they drafted Nate Ament, but they traded Nate Ament to the Bucks as part of the Giannis trade. Well, I believe Nate Ament is playing tonight and making his Bucks debut. We didn't see him at all during the Cali Classic. Burries we saw once. You're going to see both of them take on the Heat today.
I'm interested in this. Seeing a little bit of Nate, what he did at Tennessee, and there's a mixed bag on him. I think mostly because he's just not grown into his body yet. There's the physicality thing. I don't expect too much tonight, but I am just intrigued to see him on the floor with Burries.
Like. Because that's an exciting young duo that, I mean, I know they have Tyler Hero as part of the Giannis trade and stuff like that too. No disrespect to them. But like when you're starting over after trading a superstar like Giannis, you want your young players to come in and show you've got something. And when you have 2 lottery picks and such a talented draft, I am really interested to see what the two of them look like together. Also tonight we have Ade Mara and the Thunder taking on the Lakers today, amongst other games. We'll take the break. When we come back, it's Q&K with Kayla Anderson featuring just such a LeBron James way of...
I got a task for you two, too.
Oh, boy. I
can't wait. Get out your phones, baby.
This whole story is so LeBron in so many ways. We'll talk about it when we come back. Q&K with Kayla Anderson is next on Sactown Sports.
The top young talent is on display at NBA Summer League, and Sactown Sports has boots on the ground. Join Jason Ross, Whitey Gleason, and Alan Stiles as they broadcast live from Las Vegas, presented by Power Business Technology. And stay locked into SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports YouTube channel for the latest on every game, every practice, and all things Kings this summer. Power Business Technology. Copiers and printers for your office needs.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's summertime, and Aleve is here to keep you on the go. Whether it's planes, trains, or automobiles, Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of back pain relief with just one dose, you'll get to your destination and be ready for your next adventure. So pack your sunscreen, your shades, and your Aleve. No matter where your final stop, Aleve will keep you moving. From sun up to sundown, Aleve's got your back this summer. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Progressive presents perfectly bad excuses for missing stuff to spend more time on your motorcycle.
Hey, Tom. Gonna miss the 5K. Gotta organize my vitamins. A, B, C. There's so many. D.
Now that was a bad excuse. If you love your vehicle this much, get customized coverage from Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action, but please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the matchday spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too. Incredible. What a finish. Sensational combination. Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Maida Subaru says yes to big savings on the new Subaru you want during the sizzling summer sales event on now. Visit MaidaSubaru.com today for special spring savings on over 225 new and certified pre-owned Subarus.
Made a great deal at Maida.
It's time for Q&K. Kayla's got questions. We've got answers. It's Q&K on Matt and Kayla.
Kayla, I do not want to spoil your Q&K any more than I already have. I'll just preface it by saying this is just such a LeBron James thing. Take it
really
away.
is.
Q&K with Kayla Anderson is right now.
And such a LeBron thing, I needed to get you guys involved. And we're going to do a little bit of a acting here on the Matt and Kayla Show. So
acting.
Rich Paul, obviously LeBron James' agent. We all know him.
You mean Adele's fiance?
Yes, Adele's fiance. Which I'm stupid. I know. I did not really put that together until recently. You guys were like, you didn't know
she's
that?
always courtside with Rich. She was always at Laker games with Rich Paul.
Don't worry. The first time I saw it, too, I was very confused.
Yeah.
It's like you could pick any two random celebrities. I'm like, I never would have guessed that you two even know each other.
And that's a lot of money right there together. My goodness.
I don't know. Rich Paul's way behind Adele, I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably when it comes down to it. So, this is the latest in the LeBron James sweepstakes. Decision, what are we on?
4?
4?
To 2026.
Holy. Whatever you want to call it. Rich Paul is telling suitors now interested in LeBron James to leave a voice memo. So you have to leave a voice memo. He's not going to give you LeBron's number. He doesn't want to hear straight from you. You need to leave a voice memo with your pitch on why you want LeBron James to come to your team next year. First of all, do you think that this is ridiculous, first and foremost? But guess what? I now want you guys to give me that answer, and then I want you to bring up your phone, and I want you to give your best pitch to Rich Paul.
Well, first off, yes, this is the most pompous LeBron James, Rich Paul thing that they could possibly do because LeBron loves every second of this. Every second that LeBron can drag this out, so we're all waiting on the whim of LeBron and the decision that he makes. And I say this respecting and liking LeBron, but LeBron is a showman, and he loves the attention, and Rich Paul is perfect for this too. And he's not going to meet with any teams, but send us a voice memo like it's a freaking dating show, like it's Love Island or something stupid. It's just it's so perfectly LeBron that it's annoying but also funny at the same time. Now, that being said,
get out that phone.
All right, so am I doing it because I'm
Rich
doing
Paul.
it? You're Rich Paul?
Yeah, you're the team.
I'm sending a voice
First
memo.
of all, who's the team?
Well, it's the Kings, isn't it?
Well, I was thinking more realistic, but.
Oh, okay. So
you said your favorite team.
Okay, yes, your favorite team. That's fine. I'm not going to get picky.
All right, I'm doing it for the Kings.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Is this to LeBron or to?
This is to Rich Paul.
By the way, this is already starting. Like this is on recording already. It's me
Okay.
talking to my assistant GM. Like, am I supposed to do this? It's on.
Yeah.
Hi, Rich.
Hi.
Please let LeBron know that there's only one team in this league with a name that is on par with that of the King, and that is the Sacramento Kings. Now listen, LeBron's been living in Kobe's shadow over there in La La Land for a long time. Yeah, he's a great Laker or whatever. You want to retire his jersey over there? Be my guest, but he's going to be second to or underneath Kobe, Shaq, Magic, Kareem, all the other greats over there. You know who hated Kobe and Shaq more than anybody? That's us here in Sacramento. These fans will put your face on every cowbell known to man. Your entrance in days of old, a king would be announced with trumpets. You shall be announced with the ringing of cowbells across the world. In fact, we will patent all cowbells to be the sound of LeBron James's career in Sacramento. You started your career here against Doug Christie. Now you can end it playing for Doug Christie. We look forward to your response. Please call me back. I love you.
Pretty good. Also, because you're selling it to LeBron to come to Sacramento.
Yeah.
I love that there are no basketball reasons in that pitch.
Right.
Darius Akov Jr. is really good.
There you go. That was pretty good.
That's all I got. Oh, and the Maloofs will mow your lawn if you come here.
Kyle?
Where are they now?
Who knows?
I don't know. Probably in debt. Whoops.
I mean,
I don't know.
Did they sell the palms?
Well, they got the palms repossessed.
Good Lord.
Learned that in the book, too. They got the palms repossessed.
Joe and Gavin were fine. George was...
I liked the sister.
Adrienne?
I thought she was
because she was on Real Housewives.
She was feisty like me.
All right. Since we took the Sacramento Kings, I will do a pitch for a team that is actually in the LeBron James sweepstakes.
Okay.
According to
I should have done the
reports.
Warriors. Damn it!
I know. I gave you that shot.
Hey, Rich. How's it going? I know that you've got some. That did it for you.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Unassuming. I kind of like it. Different approach.
It's me. I know that you've already got plenty of pitches and plenty of suitors for LeBron James. Bill Simmons said this morning that you basically already have a deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers done.
Yeah, screw Bill.
Yeah, and of course there's plenty of other teams, but wanted to make my pitch for our organization, an organization with a rich championship history, recent NBA Finals experience, an opportunity for you to join a team that I know you've always envisioned ending your career with. Plenty of talented players, plenty of incredible fans. Some might argue the most passionate fans in the NBA. Given the way they've shown out in the last year. So I want you to come join the Dallas Mavericks. We've recently been in the NBA Finals, and we have a great core of players with championship experience. And I think that Dallas would be the perfect place where you always envisioned ending your career. Anyways, thanks. This has been Masai Ujiri.
Wow.
Can I do one more?
Oh, and a champion coach. A championship-winning coach also.
Can I do one more?
I knew you would like this.
Hey, Rich, ignore that other one that you just got from the dumb Dallas Mavericks. We have an opportunity here to take the world by storm. Listen, nobody would see it coming. And everybody would probably hate it, but we don't care. Think about it. LeBron James, the new king of Memphis. Think about it, LeBron. Think about it. Elvis is gone. It's none of that no more. You are the real king of. There is nothing more that would put your name in lights than going and joining the team with Cam Boozer. Come for booze. We've got booze, LeBron.
Also, he's obsessed with golfing right now, and he was golfing in Memphis, and they've got the St. Jude Classic there. They've got some courses there.
We've got the St. Jude Classic and courses in Memphis, too. And he can eat barbecue.
I know you like a banana boat. Now it's time for a booze cruise.
Yeah, on the river.
I thought we don't go on the river in Memphis.
Well, maybe wear your scuba gear.
Listen, we'll move to Nashville if you come. Please, we'll move to Nashville. just please.
Do you think the Milwaukee Bucks pitch is like pretending as if Giannis is still on the team?
Probably.
Like their whole pitch is like what it would have been 2 years ago?
LeBron, listen. We can take it back.
Well, guess what? That's maybe what's going to happen in Toronto. God.
I know it's cold as hell. But buck you, LeBron.
Can you say that on the radio?
I just
yeah,
did.
he said buck.
Buck.
Yeah.
Which there's so many wasted opportunities by the Bucks organization to not do stuff like that. And I understand it would be problematic, but hell, Atlanta tried to do a Magic City night. We can get that going.
Yeah, it never actually happened, but, you know.
That's because the NBA was lame and shut it down.
Well, have you seen the NBA is starting to be, we'll talk about this during Pick a Side, the NBA is being a little bit lame with this Kawhi Leonard
That's what I was just saying.
Trade, man.
Kawhi might not be even going to Toronto.
We shall see. We'll talk about that in Pick a Side at 11:45. But coming up next, my friend, former partner, he's in Las Vegas. He watched the Kings in person in the Thomas and Mack Center last night. ABC 10's Kevin John joins us right here on Sactown Sports.
The top young talent is on display at NBA Summer League, and Sactown Sports has boots on the ground. Join Jason Ross, Whitey Gleason, and Alan Stiles as they broadcast live from Las Vegas, presented by Power Business Technology. And stay locked into SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports YouTube channel for the latest on every game, every practice, and all things Kings this summer. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see, the new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Looking for family fun, thrilling baseball, and unforgettable memories? Come out to Sutter Health Park and catch the Sacramento River Cats in action. Great games, great food, and great times await. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
This Green and Gold Injury Report update is brought to you by the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. If you've got an injury, just call Gingery. Tough news on the injury front. Brent Rooker, who was rehabbing his left knee bone bruise, is now set to have season-ending surgery. The procedure is set to take place during the All-Star break at Stanford and will keep him out for the remainder of the 2026 season. Rooker hit 30 home runs last year and will be sorely missed in the lineup for the remainder of the year.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms?
At Gingery, Hammer, and Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end.
Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPFest.com.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
KHD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140. Your local sports leader. Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Welcome back into Matt and Kayla on this beautiful Friday, and it's extra sunny outside and extra beautiful after a Kings victory last night, a Summer League victory over the Los Angeles Clippers. Gary Sakoff Jr. getting the better of Keaton Wagler, the 5th overall pick versus the 7th overall pick last night, and now we'll have to wait for Sunday for the Kings to be back in action when they take on A.J. DeBonsa, if he plays, and the Washington Wizards on Sunday. That's the next time the Kings will be playing, and our soon-to-be guest joining us, Kevin John from ABC 10, is in Las Vegas right now. He was at the game last night, and he will be at the game on Sunday as well, including practices and all media availability in between. Just a reminder, too, that Sactown Sports is going to be all over, and already has been, all over your NBA Summer League coverage. And it's all for you right here on your home of the Kings. NBA Summer League is here, and Sactown Sports has you covered around the clock thanks to Power Business Technology. We've got boots on the ground in Las Vegas, a full library of written and video content, and up-to-the-minute insight across all of our social channels from every practice and every game. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs. Now, Kayla, a couple of years ago, I had the absolute pleasure of being able to go to Las Vegas with ABC 10's Kevin John to cover the Super Bowl. And I'm not going to lie to you, I'm a little bit worried because I was there to make sure Kevin stayed out of trouble and didn't stumble his way into certain places in Las Vegas. Now Kevin's down there by himself. Kev, I'm not there with you. Are you okay? Did you make it back to your hotel room? Did you get lost? Like, are you doing okay so far? Do you need me to fly down there and help you out a little bit?
You know, Matt, I would like to give you an honest, transparent answer, but as a wise person once told me, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, okay? So we'll leave it at that.
Kevin John, you just arrived in Vegas yesterday, made it just in time to watch a late game, 8 p.m. tip-off there in the Thomas & Mack Center. You got to witness firsthand Darius Akov Jr., Emmanuel Sharp, Dylan Cardwell, Nick Clifford, and company dismantle the Los Angeles Clippers, especially Keaton Wagler. What did you make of last night's Summer League opener and seeing everything in person?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on the show. Always a pleasure to be on the show here with you, Matt and Kayla. And my first thing I want to say is I know there was all this hype for the 6 o'clock game. You know, you had number 1 overall pick, A.J. Jabonsa, going against number 2 overall pick, Darren Peterson. That was nice and all, but most people didn't know that was just the warm-up for the 8 o'clock game between the Kings and the Clippers. So thank you, AJ and Duren, for being the warm-up act for the main event, which was the Kings and Clippers. But, you know, I'll say this, man. If there's anything, there's a few things that I took out of last night's game. But first of all, this was the second game in Summer League, including the first game of the Cali Classic, where Dylan Cardwell opened the game on a two-handed jam in the paint, just establishing his tone right off the gate. And when you see Dylan, who we all know Dylan, very emotional leader, always charismatic. He's always the one to get the crowd going at Golden One Center. When you have that guy in 2 straight games, within the first, 10 seconds, you know, goes straight to the hoop and dunks, that kind of sets the tone. And I would say the person last night, if I was just giving an award to, my award from last night goes to Emmanuel Sharp. This is the guy, he didn't start. Keep that in mind. He came off the bench last night, and this guy is, you know, he's a mixture of everything. And I think I tweeted this out, but I'm like, he hustles like Dennis Rodman. He was on the floor literally diving for loose balls. He was throwing the clamps down on defense. We saw him doing it on Keaton. And, oh, by the way, he also had a game-high 21 points. So just his ability to do everything on that team on both sides of the court. Darius Akov Jr. was singing Emmanuel's praises after the game. So, you know, that just goes to show the amount of impact that Emmanuel Sharp has. And he's definitely I guess if I'm giving an award, my hustle player of the game or all-around player of the game. But it was great.
Kevin John of ABC 10. He is in Las Vegas right now covering the Kings in Summer League. So on the note of Sharp, because you're not alone. I mean, I think everybody has been pretty impressed from what they've seen out of the second-round pick early on. With saying those words, early on, Summer League, we all know, we all get excited about these types of players, especially when they're outplaying kind of where they were picked in the draft. Do you feel like, though, if he keeps progressing, if we keep seeing this out of him in Summer League, like he's going to get real minutes for the Kings next year?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to have people, and this happens every year, you're going to have second rounders that actually come in and play a lot better than anticipated. I mean, as a matter of fact, the reigning NBA Finals MVP from last month is a second rounder. So, and then last year, Maxime Reynaud, a second rounder, obviously made the all-rookie second team. So, I'm looking at Emmanuel Sharp right now early on as a second round still. But you made a very good point, Kayla. The thing is, as we've all learned, you never want to get too high on Summer League. I mean, granted, it's an opportunity to see these players and, game action and, kind of, gauge their IQs, gauge what they do well on the court. But it still is Summer League. You don't want to get too head over heels. I mean, Louis King, you guys remember him? He was the MVP of Summer League back in 2021 when the Kings won the summer. And Louis King, bless his heart, I don't even know where he's at right now. But, I'm saying that, and I'm not saying that to diss Louis King. I mean, he deserved MVP when the Kings won the Summer League championship 5 years ago. But I'm saying all that to say it is Summer League. We don't want to overreact or get too excited. But damn it, I am going to get a little excited about Emmanuel Sharp because he was that good yesterday.
Kev, one of the things that stood out to us about Darius Akov Jr., or got to experience this talking to him after his first game in the California Classic. We heard his post-game interview on ESPN's national broadcast last night. And then you got the opportunity, along with other Sacramento media members, to speak to Darius in his post-game interview last night, too, his post-game media scrum. And he said much of the same thing. He is going to hold himself to a higher standard than anybody else can hold him to, because he's consistently brought up he has to play better, he has to shoot better, get his teammates more involved. And if there's one thing we've learned about Darius over these first few games that we've seen him in a Kings uniform, he's not afraid to let it fly. I know some people maybe are a little bit concerned about his efficiency shooting the basketball. I'm not there yet. I do think he needs to work a little bit on his shot selection. But what stands out to you about his willingness to invite accountability? A lot of times he's bringing it up without being asked specifically about the struggles. He just brings it up himself.
Well, it's interesting you say that because I specifically asked him yesterday in the scrum after the game. I said, Darius, you guys so far, including the Cali Classic and Vegas, you guys are 4-0. I said, how good do you think, because he was being really critical of himself. So I was like, seeing that you guys are 4-0 so far during the summer, how good do you think this team can be if you guys are rolling on all cylinders? And then that's when he had said something to the effect of like, we should be beating teams handily. Mm-hmm. We should have beat them by a substantial margin last night, referring to the Clippers game. So he gave a really honest answer in the sense of like, yes, we're winning all of these games. At the end of the day, you play to win. And he said that he's happy for the wins that the Kings have. Darius has yet to lose wearing a Kings jersey. So, that was the positivity. But he was like, if I'm doing my job, we should be blowing these teams out. If I'm doing my job and getting everybody else involved, we should be doing much better on both sides of the court. And Matt, you talked about his efficiency. We all know in the first game, he threw up 29 shots. Last night's game, he threw up 20 shots. I think he was 6 of 20 from the field. So yes, his efficiency is not quite there, and he understands that. But the thing that I liked about watching him yesterday, if you looked in that first half, he was really getting everybody involved. Mm-hmm. He only had, I think, 7 assists last night. He should have had around 12 assists last night.
Yep.
He came off in that first half truly getting his team involved. And I even think one of his assists, I think the one that he threw to Dylan Cardwell, where Cardwell put it up, got the and one. I put that one out there. But it showed that he was trying to attack the game from other areas. It's not that he always has to have the ball in his hand and shoot and shoot and shoot in order to win. He's realizing that he can be a facilitator out there, and we saw that a lot in the first half. He was facilitating. He was almost being a little too unselfish, because I was like, man, you could have shot that or this. But so I think, to answer your question, I think he's still finding his game. He's still finding his footing, because remember, at Arkansas, he was that dude. So it was nothing for him to go out there and chuck up, 20 to 30 shots a game. but I think he's still finding his way in the NBA. But can I tell you how nice it was to hear him take that accountability? This is your star player. He still had 19 points last night, and he didn't smile one time throughout the whole post-game interview. Barely even smirked throughout the time because he was so disgusted with the way that he played. That's the kind of accountability you want from your point guard, and that's the kind of accountability you want from someone who will likely be the face of this franchise for a long time going forward.
Yeah, and I think we've all just talked about leading up to the draft, the negative part of his game, which was the defense. But I think we're seeing some, at least in the last couple of games, few games that he's played, we're seeing some things maybe we've never seen before with how he getting his hand on some balls. He's had a couple blocked shots. Like, have you seen a little bit of his defense where you're like, oh, I could see how this could improve?
Oh, I saw him getting grimy. Last night. There were a few times when he was on the ground, going for loose balls or, trying to disrupt players on the other team. And I think that's another thing that you don't really see in the stat sheet after a game. Like, there's no stat for hustle play or there's no stat for locking down a defender. So obviously the stats that show up defensively are steals, blocks, etc. Obviously, Darius is not going to go out there and get 15 blocks a game, but the fact of the matter is you see the effort from him. Even simple stuff is getting low. I was watching him because I was actually where we were sitting was right behind the basket of where the Kings during the second half, the basket they were shooting into. So, I was watching him on the defensive side of the ball, just his hand-eye coordination, him calling out, being vocal out there, calling out screens off ball, or calling out things for his players to see. Those are a lot of times you don't see that on the television screen. So that also just simple fundamentals, getting low defensively, in addition to being vocal out there. So you see him not just necessarily applying all of his energy on the offensive end, but I saw him being very vocal defensively and very active defensively in the game yesterday. And I think those are the kind of things you don't necessarily see on TV, but, and he still had, 2 steals?
Yeah.
Last night, I think it was. So, that shows up in the stat sheet. But yeah, no, he's definitely someone who is working on his defense. And also, just a really quick context around the whole defensive thing. You have to realize when he was at Arkansas, even Calipari said that, we relied on him so heavily for offense that we couldn't really have him, I guess, play defense to the best of his ability because we couldn't have him in foul trouble. We couldn't afford to get him in foul trouble and stuff of that sort. So in a way, he kind of said that, they were so offensively minded with him, he really didn't get a chance to show what he can do on the defensive side of the ball. So remember that, obviously in the NBA, it's a different game. You have to play defense. I think there's a lot that we're going to be talking about with Akov's defense over the next several months as they get into the actual season.
Kevin John from ABC 10 joining us. He's in Las Vegas right now covering Summer League. Darius Akov Jr. has played 3 games. Emmanuel Sharp's played 3 games. Neek and Dillon have played 3 games. Alex Cariban played his first last night after very limited practice time because he hurt his ankle, unfortunately, in practice before the California Classic. You could definitely, I don't know about you, Kev, but I saw through the TV a player that definitely had some butterflies, some jitters playing in his first game, and you could tell he was trying to make his impact, but things just were not going his way at all last night. What did you make of that first performance? And overall, were you able to get a sense at all from the coaching staff to his teammates, the lack of concern or how much encouragement the team is giving to Alex? Because based off of who he was at UConn, we know how much of a gamer and a winner he is.
First of all, when it comes to Alex Cariban and overreaction, everybody out there that's trying to call him a first-round bust, stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. That's not something I am going to tolerate or even entertain at this particular point in time. And I understand it's Summer League. We want to overreact on everything, whether it's good or it's bad. But the man just played in his first game yesterday. And I want to say something, too, in regard to Cariban. We had a chance to speak with Scott Perry. This was on, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday this week. It's all a blur at this point in time. But one of the things that Scott was talking about this team and how, the success of them, because remember, they were just coming off a 3-0 run in the Cali Classic. And he kept talking about the cohesion of this team and how they've been forming and gelling so well with each other on the court in these games, and how he wants that camaraderie to continue to build in Las Vegas and things of that sort. The reason I point that out is because, like you said, Matt, Alex Cariban didn't have an opportunity to play in any games with the Kings in the Cali Classic. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, he's been practicing with the team and whatnot. And yes, of course, you establish some form of a rhythm in practice, but games are completely different than practice. And you have to understand, this is somebody who played his first game with the Kings last night, and knowing that obviously he is a first-round pick, and this is his debut, and it's in Las Vegas. You know, you had to think he came into this game with a lot of high hopes for himself. He probably put more pressure and expectation on himself than anybody else. And in regard to his poor shooting night, I mean, I think he only shot 6 times. Obviously, he was 0 for 6 from the field. But I think that, he's still learning how to play with everybody. Where everyone else, like you said, Matt, has played 3 games together or more. This was his first time, so I think he's still kind of learning how he fits in. There's a few times, I'm not going to lie, he looked a little bit lost out there or getting to his spots and things of that sort. And I think that's something that just takes time. That takes, and I'm sure over the next couple of days when the Kings are practicing, they're going to focus on a lot of those things. But Coach Darnell, after the game, he was pretty positive talking about Alex. I mean, Alex struggled, and he said that, of course, Alex wanted to do a good job, but everybody, it's a process. You have to be patient with everybody. And I think with Alex Cariban, we know what he can do. Anyone who's watched a single game from UConn or anyone who's listened to Coach Hurley talk about him, you know what this guy can bring to the table. Mm-hmm. So, yes, he did look a little bit lost out there yesterday. Yes, he did have a poor shooting night last night. Yes, he was rather ineffective on the court for playing. I think he played like 23, 24 minutes. But in the wise words of Aaron Rodgers, relax. Relax, He will get to it at some point in time. And, Matt, and Kayla, I'm expecting Alex to have more of a breakout game probably on Sunday once the nerves kind of calm down a little bit, the expectation, the pressure and all that, and he could just go out there and play his game.
Kevin John of ABC 10 joining us on the Matt and Kayla Show. He is in Las Vegas covering the Kings in NBA Summer League. So we spoke a little bit about the second-year player, Nick Clifford, on the show earlier today. I am curious on your take of what you've gotten out of the 3 games, I think, that he's played so far in Summer League, maybe what you've seen growth-wise and what you want still to see out of Nick Clifford.
Yeah, I think Nick is starting to look a lot more mature on the court. And when I say mature, you rarely see, at least when I say rarely throughout the Summer League Cali Classic in Vegas, see Nick make just a boneless mistake or have just horrific turnovers. Like even with Darius, he led the team in turnovers yesterday. I think he had 4 or something like that. And you've seen Darius have some reckless turnovers throughout Summer League so far. You don't see Nick Clifford making those same mistakes. He seems a lot more poised out there. He seems a lot more that he knows what the coaches want from him. And I think Nick is turning into a pretty good two-way player on both sides. Another thing with Nick, too, he's letting the game come to him. He understands, look, Darius Akov is the point guard. He's someone who thrives with the ball in his hand. I'm going to play my role. And I think a signature moment of that was the end of the first game in the Cali Classic when Akov had the ISO toward the end of the game, and then he kicks it out to Nick, who ends up hitting the game-winning three-pointer. And I think that's just kind of like what Nick has been doing. Nick has been where he needs to be offensively and defensively. Nick actually had quite a few good plays yesterday. He still put up 13 points and was efficient, 4 of 8 from the field. So Neek is definitely growing in his game. He's definitely defensively, too. I think that's another thing we haven't really talked about with Neek Clifford. I think he's been really solid defensively so far in the games that we've seen him play in Summer League. And I like the fact that Neek is not forcing anything. I like the fact that Neek is letting the game come to him. And I like the fact that Neek is complimenting the other guys, especially some of the other younger guys on there. Neek is somebody that can go out there and put up 15 shots or 20 shots a game if he wants to, but he's letting the game come to him, and you're seeing a lot of that poise, that professionalism in the way that he's playing through his lack of mistakes or rookie mistakes, which he was obviously last season, but of that sort. So to answer your question, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Neek Clifford, and I think he's going to be a really, really good piece and asset for this youth group going forward.
Kev, before we let you go, appreciate you taking the time from Las Vegas. We don't have Kings basketball until Sunday, so what you got for us? Are you checking out any more Summer League action, or what can we expect from the Kings over the next couple of days, whether it's practice coverage or interviews? Like, what can we keep an eye out for the Kings coverage from Las Vegas over this weekend?
It's funny you asked me that, because earlier I heard you guys stories today. For one, there was a lot of Kings fans who are actually out here for Summer League. I was kind of shocked yesterday walking around Thomas and Mack. I'm like, Kings jersey, Kings jersey, Kings jersey. I'm like, wow, these fans really roll deep, especially for a team that, has made the playoffs once in the last 20 years. So there's a lot of Kings fans out here. So, I'm going to be gathering some fun content from them. I also have an interview set up with one of Darius Acuff's coaches at Arkansas. He was on staff with Calipari, so I was talking to him. We have an interview set up later on today. And, of course, I'm going to be watching some of the other games and, maybe take a dip in the pool if I have time. I'm joking. I don't swim.
How about shutting down the club?
Well, the thing is, Usher had hit me up, and he was like, Kevin, I need a background dancer for tonight.
Ooh, yeah.
And Kev said, no, Usher, I'm only front and center. You back me up.
Well, I almost said that. I basically told him that he needs to have a set list where he acknowledges Stockton, the city that I'm from, in order for me to perform. And he said, you got it, Kevin. I love Stockton. It's the greatest city of all time. We'll do that. And so I may be doing some background dancing for Usher tonight, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, Kev knows how we get down when Usher was playing live at the Super Bowl, my friend. So that's a good choice. Just show Usher the videos from the Super Bowl, and I'm sure you'll get in.
Oh man, can I say that real quick, Taylor? I don't know if you know this. So we're at the Super Bowl.
Oh God.
This is 2024. So Matt and I, a lot of people are standing up watching. So we're watching. He comes out, does his thing. Okay, so Kayla, they dropped that song "Love in the Club."
Oh,
yes, wanna make love in the club.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, good. So that song drops. I'm recording. I turn over and look at Matt George. Matt, in like a matter of 5 seconds, the Roseville came out of Matt, and the Atlanta went inside of Matt. Matt went Atlanta real quick with "Love on the Club." Stayed on. But that was honestly one of my favorite moments of the whole Super Bowl week, was seeing Matt groove.
I like that.
Might I say off beat, off rhythm a little
bit.
Hold
on. No, don't do that. No, don't do that.
But he was trying. Okay.
No, Matt did have some rhythm for a Roseville kid. I will say Matt had some rhythm out there. I got to give it to you, Matt. But Kayla, it was a sight to see. I actually got to see on my phone if I still have that video. So
please send me it, Kevin John. Please.
Please don't.
Absolutely. I think the viewers, I think the listeners want to see that video,
so
Matt.
Oh, you're breaking up. Sorry, Kev. I think we're losing you in Las Vegas. Hey, man, stay safe out there. Have a great time. Kevin works tremendously hard and stays up way too freaking late and then gets up way too early at the same time, man. Keep hustling out there. Miss you. And going to enjoy your coverage from afar. I miss having a front row seat to it, my friend. But we'll talk very soon and see you back home safe at the end of it.
Appreciate it. Thanks again for having me on the show, Matt. You know I love you like a brother. Kayla, you are phenomenal. Sending you love as well. And Kayla, you're just amazing because you have to put up with Matt George every day.
Well,
So,
Kev, you can't love me like a brother. You're too old. It's more like a great uncle or something like that.
Goodness.
or more like a father.
No,
We'll say
all
that.
right. And on that note, he's gone.
Kevin's one of those guys, I have no idea how old he is. Like, I think...
Early 70s.
Yeah, he comes across a lot younger than what I think you allude him to be.
Because he's ancient.
But
old man. No, he's not that old. But
he's great.
Working with Kev every day was a blast,
great.
especially when we were in Vegas for Super Bowl. But he's going to continue the great coverage over there for ABC 10. Sactown Sports is also killing it and going to continue to kill it next week with our coverage of the Summer League in Las Vegas. We'll take the break. When we come back, it's time for a World Cup date for you. A brief one because we've got more Kings basketball to talk about. Pick a side as well. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
After going undefeated in the California Classic, the Kings kicked off Summer League with a win against the Clippers in Las Vegas. After another strong performance from Darius Akov and Emmanuel Sharp, are the pair of rookies beginning to emerge as a dynamic backcourt duo?
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-934-1870 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-934-1870. That's 800-934-1870. What do you have to lose? Call 800-934-1870. Again, 800-934-1870.
Remember when a driving range was just a driving range? Yeah, Hagen Oaks doesn't remember either. Reserve one of 3 top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. at HagenOaks.com. Only 3 bays are reservable, while the rest of the range remains open for walk-ups. Play virtual golf, then grab food, drinks, and a seat in front of the TVs at the hangout. Throw in live music, and suddenly your quick stop at the range turns into hours of fun. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Side effects may include laughter, bragging rights, and one friend insisting he would have won if the wind wasn't blowing.
Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions. Most golfers practice their swing, but ignore the body swing in the club. We help golfers move better, get stronger, reduce pain, build power, and play longer. Join us for a free trial week and see how golf-specific training can help you support your body and your game. Try a class, meet the team, and find a right program for your goals. Call 916-802-5175 or visit golffitnesssolutions.com. Golf Fitness Solutions. Move better, feel better, play better.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Skeeter here, my card. Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. I never met a Culex terrasalis I didn't want to smack. That's Latin for mosquito. Hey, it's time again to fight the bite. Time to protect yourself from West Nile virus by applying insect repellent. Once a week, drain stagnant water and report dirty green swimming pools. Ew. They're breeding grounds.
The Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite.
My card never gets old.
For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older? And you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
At Big O, our ProTech Plus warranty offers free flat repairs, replacements, and roadside assistance, so tire trouble is no trouble at all.
Now through July 26th, you can get $200 in savings on 4 select Michelin in-stock tires and our Healthy Car Special full-service synthetic oil change for only $59.99.
Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
PM, Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
I'm making some last-minute additions to my World Cup date today because there's some confusion around some ratings, which we'll get to in just a second. But the World Cup rolls on. Why don't we jump into it? Yesterday, the quarterfinals began between France, who's the betting favorite to win it all, against the fun story that's been Morocco. Morocco got a big win in order to punch their ticket to the quarterfinals, but their miracle run came to an end. I shouldn't say miracle run. They're a good team, but they couldn't get past the juggernaut known as France, who defeated them 2-0 in Foxborough yesterday. Kylian Mbappe missed a penalty earlier, had his penalty saved in the early going, and the score was deadlocked for a while, but finally Mbappe found a way through, scored the go-ahead goal to put France on top, and then assisted on a second goal by Dembele later on in the match. France gets the 2-0 victory. They will advance to the semifinal, where they will face the winner of today's match, which begins in less than half an hour from SoFi Stadium in La La Land, Los Angeles. It's Spain versus Belgium. And, of course, Belgium was the team to defeat USA in their World Cup match.
Kind of put a whopping on them.
Put a whooping on them.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, so USA would have faced Spain today had they advanced. They did not. The expectation is that Spain will win and defeat Belgium today, which would set up a France versus Spain semifinal, which would be a pretty massive match considering those are the top two favorites. That's just how the bracket shaped up. There's some confusion, Kayla, around some of the ratings, the television ratings, because yesterday I shared with you that combined the Telemundo and Fox ratings for Mexico-England, it was the most watched soccer match in the history of the United States. When you combine the ratings and the numbers on both Telemundo and Fox. Telemundo had a slightly bigger audience than Fox did, but still some massive numbers. There's over 50 million combined viewers for that match. Well, with just the Fox ratings, we can say that Belgium versus USA was the number one most watched soccer match in USA history on Fox. It averaged 33.1 million viewers, peaked at 41 million. And again, that's just on Fox. And it's also on Fox, the most watched non-NFL game ever. So a monumental
That's a lot. I don't know. I got
Fox.
Confused.
It's very confusing.
I don't give a damn about what the... I look.
Ratings, numbers, it's popular.
Ratings right now for the World Cup should be enormous. There's nothing else going on except for, sorry, I just hated on you, baseball. But it is kind of getting to we're going to the All-Star break. So people are kind of like, okay, we're ready for the second half at some point. You do have Summer League going on, but this is like a worldwide event.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that people are tuning in. I think Jason Ross was saying on the show this morning, when they arrived in Vegas yesterday, every place they went in terms of TVs are on the World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, it's appointment viewing.
Yeah.
And even if you're not the biggest soccer fan, it's fun to watch these stars from other countries because it is a bigger deal overseas than it is here. Maybe you're a huge soccer fan and you're like, Kayla, what are you talking about? For your own personal opinion, maybe it's huge for you, but when it comes to other sports and where it ranks,
right,
it's just not as high here. But I think it's been a nice, refreshing thing this summer. And to have it in the U.S., it's just brought a lot of excitement and kind of gives us something to get away from all the crap that's gone on.
Yes.
Kind of push that aside for a second. We felt good this summer, I guess.
Got that right. Well, here's a number you'll care about.
Okay.
After United States and Mexico were both eliminated, World Cup final tickets at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey have gone down.
That's funny.
Oh, really?
FIFA is now selling. They just released 1,200 World Cup final tickets at a steal of a price, just $7,380. It's gone down.
$7,000?
$7,380 for the final, and you don't know which teams are playing in it. But that's gone down.
Because it was like 10?
I guess that was the resale market. But FIFA, this is not resale.
Jeez,
FIFA
guys.
just released 1,200 World Cup final tickets at $7.3K.
That doesn't even count the $300 bus trip.
Or the $1 billion it'll take to park.
Yeah, it's
or
just...
$180 seat on the train.
It's silly because it's like we know nobody has just that throwaway money. And maybe some people have been saving up to do something like this. If you did, smart on you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like no one has just this money to be like, oh, we're going to go get a ticket to... And by the way, we don't know who's playing.
By the way, so the Spain-Belgium match today... The tickets have dropped. When USA was still alive, tickets were going for as low as $3,261. Now that it's Spain-Belgium and USA's not in it, you can get tickets for $1,381. So a pretty significant drop.
Yeah.
Almost a $2,000 drop with USC being out of it. As for England-Norway, which is a huge match in Florida, prices, the get-in price for that match right now is $2,049. It was $3,866 when Mexico was still alive. So numbers are dropping because the two main host countries have been eliminated. So now, Kayla, congratulations. You can afford to go to the final. It's only $7,000. Well, if it were 8, you couldn't do it, but 7,000, you got that.
I won't be eating food. I won't be paying rent. I won't be doing any of that.
Plus, we just got to knock out England, and it'll drop a little more.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
see?
Leave it to my Norwegians to do that, baby.
Well,
let's go.
Holland, we'll see if he's able to do that. That match will be on Saturday. We have a fun doubleheader on Saturday, so very much looking forward to that. That's your World Cup date, and now we look forward to Pick a Side, including, and I'm excited to talk about this, the new controversy surrounding the Kawhi Leonard LA Clippers investigation and how now the Toronto Raptors are on the hook for part of it, or would be on the hook for part of it, depending upon the outcome of the organization after Toronto traded for Kawhi. But the trade has not been finalized yet because Toronto's waiting to see what the hell the NBA decides to do about this investigation. It's convoluted, it's crazy, and we'll talk about it, plus Colin Cowherd, Scotty Scheffler, and more next here on Pick a Side, Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
It is Christmas in July with the Sacramento River Cats. Join us on Saturday, July 25th at Sutter Health Park for holiday fun, summertime baseball, and a festive night you won't forget. Celebrate the season early. Grab your tickets now at rivercats.com.
Pick a side, any side. It's time for Pick a Side on Matt and Kayla.
If you missed the news to start the show, our good friend and producer and the entire existence of this show, Kyle Ledbetter, is saying bon voyage after today. This is his last day. We will have his formal goodbye and our last words in celebration with him at the end of the show during Kyle's Curveball today at around 1:30. But we got one pick a side left, Kyle. Let's make it a good one. Take it away.
I have a feeling we're going to get to all four in a
that's
timely
the
fashion.
spirit.
That's
We did yesterday,
I mean, we did go over by a few minutes,
but we
still.
got to everything.
Yeah, we missed our break, but we did get to everything. Let's talk about my favorite player, your favorite player, everyone's favorite player, Kawhi Leonard.
That's not true.
Also Anthony's favorite player, by the way.
Is he really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's funny.
Great. We just get another Kyle.
It's a weird bonding that we have.
Yeah,
is our
I guess so.
affinity for Kawhi Leonard. It's a very weird bond that
It was
we
his
share.
laugh that won you over.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so the deal cannot be completed or will not be completed until the NBA investigation is done because the Raptors would have to assume the risk that he could be suspended. Yeah. And Toronto is saying, we'll wait until the investigation is done before we finalize the trade. Has Adam Silver and the league handled this wrong?
Yes.
I know Matt has thoughts.
Yes, they have. How in the world do you let this man play all year long for the LA Clippers without any repercussion, no issue, because you wanted to kick the can down the road to investigate this so you couldn't disrupt your all beautiful all-star game at Intuit Dome and this and that, and now Kawhi is potentially going to Toronto, and the Raptors might have to eat part of the penalty. Plus, everybody wants this trade to go through. Everybody wants Kawhi, well, maybe not some Clippers fans, but everybody wants Kawhi to go to Toronto because it's an awesome story and it re-energizes the Toronto Raptors in a lot of ways. And now the Raptors are doing what they should be doing, which is saying, whoa, 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 if he's suspended for 40 games or something like that, we're not doing this trade then because we're trying to win basketball games right away. This whole thing has been a mess, and I know it's unprecedented, uncharted territory, but the fact that the Toronto Raptors might have to eat part of the blame for something that the LA Clippers organization did now I'm not saying Kawhi Kawhi definitely is involved in this in some capacity, but this is about the Clippers organization, and the fact that the Raptors could potentially be penalized for it would be very, very lame by the NBA.
I talked about and gave the NBA credit in the last couple of months for the momentum that they have been able to bring their way because they had a good postseason. They had a good and intriguing storyline with some of the most intriguing prospects that were drafted this year. You were headed into Summer League where you should be able to carry that momentum. And I'm not saying they won't carry that momentum because people are excited to watch these young men play. But you kind of just punched yourself in the face again, Adam Silver. Like, what is it that, like, you take 3 steps forward and then you take 4 steps back? Like, I do not understand why he can't get out of his own way, because this should never have even been allowed to be a trade before it was taken care of. The firm that they hired has had 10 months to figure out what the hell is going on. And the firm has still not figured it out after 10 months?
Yeah.
Like, this is an absolute joke, and it does make the league look stupid. And it's because of Adam Silver allowing this to happen. Because
the NBA knows that big trades like the Kawhi trade, the trades that we've gotten this offseason, are what fuels the NBA popularity, right? The one area that the NBA can shine and outperform the NFL is with these transactions and with this star movement. So we know the NBA wants it to be public that Kawhi is being traded and wants this to fuel that fire.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're like, oh, by the way, behind the scenes, like the Raptors might have to eat part of this penalty, but we still want this trade to happen, but it might, if the Raptors, if anything is coming down that will hold Kawhi out or suspend him for any significant period of time, the Raptors absolutely should back out of this deal, which ultimately is really lame and really brutal for the NBA.
Do we think the NBA kind of gave them a heads up, like, hey, I think there's something coming down the line, like buyer beware? Because they seemed fine to do the trade a month ago.
Yes.
So do we think that he's actually going to get some big punishment from the league, or they're just, the league is warning them, buyer beware?
But how can Kawhi get out of this? If there's a punishment coming, how does Kawhi escape it? Like, what I mean by that is, can you put the hammer down on the Clippers organization, which you should, and say, but Kawhi doesn't have to eat any of that because he's been traded away. So I understand the NBA's dilemma in the sense of, like, Kawhi can't just get out of it because he's no longer in LA, he's in Toronto now. But the penalty can't be so severe that the Raptors are expected to eat it after they just traded assets to acquire Kawhi. It's a sticky spot.
Yeah, that's why there was such a big problem with it before, because they couldn't void his contract, because that would technically help the Clippers who were trying to move his contract.
Yeah, and I know people are excited about the Summer League, but sorry, NBA, you can't hide this behind Summer League games like you were able to do it during the playoffs and the NBA Finals. This is going to get louder again.
They should have just waited.
I'm shocked they didn't Friday news dump it all.
Yeah, I am too.
Good point.
All right, let's talk about this next story.
Yeah,
let's do it. Fascinated by this.
I got an opinion on this.
The San Antonio Spurs play-by-play broadcaster was fired yesterday.
Yep.
After it was revealed on social media, we believe by his ex going into his Instagram account, that he was cheating on her with the sister of Lindy Waters III. Which, for those who don't know, is the sister, he plays for the San Antonio Spurs.
Right,
so a player on the team, his sister.
Yep.
And the Spurs decided to fire him. I guess Colin Cowherd said that he should hire an attorney because it feels like, you can get fired in America for cheating on your girlfriend. I had no idea that was legal, was Cowherd's quote.
The one thing I will say about this is Colin should know better, because he's been in the media business his whole entire career. There are clauses in contracts that we all sign as media personalities that say if there is any type of anything that can be conflictive with the organization, that you can be immediately terminated. And this is clearly something that is within the organization tied to it. It is a player's sister, and it makes something very weird, very awkward. First of all, guy should have never done that. That's first and foremost. But I'm just saying, when it comes down to the legal terms, he's talking about legal actions. It's in most contracts that you cannot have conflict within like an organization, and that's clearly a conflict.
Yeah, there's conflicts of interest, and there's also just if you bring negative attention or negative publicity in any sort of way to an organization.
It's also in contracts.
That can be great. Listen, I'm not a lawyer or anything like that, so I can't give you the nitty gritty, but I do know that if I were to do something in my personal life that
didn't your contract say that? Mine have all said that.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
I just couldn't tell you the exact wording, but definitely along the lines of if I was involved in some sort of scandal that my organization's now drawn into, because how many times do you hear a company say, you are a representation of your company? You might have your own personal social media account while you work at Target, but if you go on your social media account and start spewing some weird stuff or doing weird things, Target will probably have grounds to get rid of you. I'm just using that as an example. Also, Colin, not that you need any advice from me, but buddy, weird side to take here, man. Like, I wouldn't necessarily be lining up, and I think Colin's married, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily be lining up to defend somebody saying they shouldn't get fired for cheating on their significant other, but, hey, that's just me, I guess. Like, hey, Colin, let's bow out of this one.
Yeah,
huh?
It was an interesting take.
Yeah, yikes.
Yeah,
Yikes,
also,
yikes.
like...
Hey, don't cheat on your spouse or girlfriend.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Also, like, as long as they're willing to pay you, they can fire you for anything. Like, they can just fire you just to fire you type of situation. But Scotty Scheffler, he is going to miss the cut at the British or Scottish Open.
Scotland.
Scotland Open.
This doesn't seem real. The first time in 78 events.
Exactly.
Yeah, that actually is shocking. I don't know. Was that like 3 years, 4 years of events or something like that? That's crazy.
So this is where I admit that I chose a tactic from the Monstars in Space Jam, and because I won my golf tournament this week, I just stole Scotty Scheffler's talent and gave him mine. So Scotty played like Matt George out there and missed the cut.
I guess.
I'm
You
happy.
stole his it was like Ursula in the
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid, where Ursula steals Ariel's voice.
Yeah, kind of.
That's like what Matt's doing with Scheffler's golf.
That's me.
Day.
They call me the Ursula of golf.
See how Matt just used his answer to the question to talk about how he won his golf game?
I didn't do that. I'm just talking about how the universe.
Did you get what I did there?
The universe is ass backwards right now because Scotty Scheffler got cut and I won something in golf. That never happens.
You know when they sing and she's like, "Keep singing."
Yeah, I never saw The Little Mermaid.
Keep swinging.
Yeah. You never saw The Little Mermaid?
Oh God, that's my favorite Disney movie, hands down.
Yeah, no,
hands down.
I was born in 2001, so we mostly watched Pixar movies as a kid.
Why is it your favorite Disney movie?
Because why isn't it? Freaking Sebastian the Crab, like the coolest freaking character I've ever seen. Under the sea.
So the Jamaican crab did it for you?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, teach their own.
There's a lot of singing that I liked in it that I could also sing along with.
My wife's favorite ride at Disneyland.
What?
Little Mermaid.
I didn't even know it was a ride.
Yeah, it's a ride in California Adventure.
Oh.
And we rode it so many times that I would look for the mirrors in there that make the reflections that make it look like it's underwater because I'm sick and tired of that damn ride.
We are getting to this last question.
We can do it, guys.
We can do this. It's going to be in the hundreds this weekend. Do you stay inside or brave the heat doing activities? You guys are going to hate my answer, so go ahead.
I mean, if I can golf, I'm golfing.
Even in this heat?
Yeah, I've golfed in this before.
But like in the midday?
Yeah, I've done it
so
before.
then how do you stay cool and not pass out?
Drink a lot of water and do what I do. Hit your ball into the crap all the time.
Yeah, so you're in the shade the whole
Long
time.
sleeves,
Listen,
man. That's
the fairway is open, hot, and boring. Find me in the trees, baby.
I unfortunately can't do much because now I could go lay out for a while. I'm a little pasty white right now. I should be a little tanner during this time of the year. We're already in July. I need to get a tan first and foremost, but it's hard for me to sit out there in that heat. And when you got a dog who can't be out in the heat like that, like it's hard to go and take him anywhere.
My son is still like, let me out there. So we have a splash pad in our backyard, and he just runs
those
amok
are
in
fun.
that thing. Yeah.
I loved the, remember the slip and sides back in the day?
Yeah.
Those are fun.
It's pretty similar.
Dude, what do you do? Here we go. He goes on a bike ride or something.
I mean, I don't go outside when it gets over 100, but this weekend specifically, I am leaving town and going to San Francisco, where it's going to be 70 degrees and nice and
Are you
cool.
going to a Giants game?
Not going to a Giants game, but we're going to see Olivia Dean tomorrow at Chase
fun.
Center.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
So
You
I
like
will be
hot-
leaving the 100 degrees.
Yeah,
Sorry,
lucky
can we
you.
back up for a second? You like volunteering to do hot yoga,
Hell
but you don't
yeah.
want to go outside into the heat?
No, because first of all, I don't want my skin to get boiled for that long. Inside, you're not getting...
Sunscreen.
Nah, it only works so well.
You need to get stronger sunscreen.
Man, I'm trying to maintain the skin. I'm trying to be youthful.
Yeah, it's the
Okay?
trade-off, you know.
Come on, Matt.
Sorry. I'm still stuck on the Sebastian the Crab.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
That's what I asked you why you love
Under sea.
Little Mermaid.
It's
and
Sebastian.
Your immediate answer was Sebastian the Crab, not
Yeah.
Prince Eric, not
Prince Eric's
Ariel,
overrated.
not Flounder or the spork spoon fork thing she sings to. No,
I like that song
it's
too.
The crab.
This is the best song.
Your favorite character in all Disney movies is the
that
crab.
freaking crab, man. Love him. What a great spirit.
Everyone has their child.
I like eating crab too.
Okay, listen, hold on. This is not weird. Everybody had their. Wait, hold on. We're talking about some. Never mind. Everybody
like cracking
growing
the
up.
crab and
Stop
getting the
it!
crab
You're
out
talking
and then
about
dipping it in
Sebastian.
cocktail sauce.
Don't do that to Sebastian. Also, that's barbaric. If you go into I'm ordering crab or lobster and they're like, pick it from the tank and look into its
Well, I
eyes
don't
as you
do
slaughter
that.
it.
I don't do that.
You're
I
a
don't want to.
murderer.
I don't want to see the
You're
crab.
a murderer.
This was a perfect last pick aside because we're now 3 minutes over.
And we're going more. Everybody, listen, this is not weird.
I love how
Everybody
we
as a
both
kid.
pound on the desk.
Everybody as a kid had like their Disney crush. And unfortunately, most of the time they're not humans, they're animals, which is kind of weird. I had this conversation with Brendan Nunez. But yours being Sebastian the Crab is a
There's
little crazy.
nothing wrong with it, and I will stand by the crab for as long as I live.
I just don't know
Until
if that
you eat
should
it.
be the one you're most attracted to.
Well, he's cute.
I'm going to out Brendan.
Now, if Aaron Gordon played a Disney character,
Get out of here. I'm going to out
He would
Brendan
be
Nunez.
Sebastian.
I'm going to out Brendan Nunez so bad right now because this was during last King season because the King season was so terrible. We had a conversation over dinner that the poor worker downstairs who runs the media dining area had to listen to the whole thing and just shake her head. But we were talking about attractive Disney characters, and Brendan Nunez is a fan of Nala from Lion King. I'll just say that. Not in a weird way, but he's a friend of Nala.
What's yours since you're dogging on Sebastian the crab?
I don't know why the Robin Hood with their foxes, Maid Marian, they draw them that way. I don't know why.
Matt likes Rapunzel, so we can pull on the hair.
I am getting out of this segment.
I'm personally a fan of the tea kettle from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, Mrs. Potts. Mrs. Potts is thick. Anthony, you know. You know, Anthony, Mrs. Potts is thick.
What is happening?
This guy got those hips. All right, I'm out of here. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action, but please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms? At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery. If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the match day spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too. Incredible. What a finish. Sensational combination. Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPFest.com.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. It's time for the lunch break. Your calls, your thoughts, your segment. Call or text us at 916-339-1140. It's the lunch break on Matt and Kayla.
This break was off the rails, man.
Yeah. No, it was off the rails, and I got to listen to why it was off the rails.
The amount of people that came in to jump on this bandwagon of, yes, Disney characters are hot, man. Like, what do you want?
Man.
What? Like, we were talking about the girl from Atlantis? Oh, like the Goofy movie?
I just had to see all this.
No, the librarian from the Goofy movie when they go to college and Goofy starts dancing with the librarian. They start disco. Damn. Sorry.
We found Matt's weak spot.
No, we learned a lot about
Disney
Anthony. Anthony was like nodding his head when we were talking about Mrs. Potts.
Mrs. Potts. I'm just glad, I could start that all off and everybody could be free to voice their opinions and not feel ashamed.
Listen, not proud of it, all right?
I'm not saying that this segment is going in the drops, but this is definitely going in the Verlad files.
Oh, no.
For sure.
Oh, no. Yeah, that would be a hell of a promo. Listen to Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports. Mrs. Potts is thick.
Am I right, Anthony?
Am I right? Yeah.
He just threw Anthony under the bus immediately.
Because he was shaking his head in the back. Poor guy. Anyway. Hey,
that was fun.
Kyle, this is what you're leaving.
I know.
Aren't you sad?
Now I'm regretting. Now I'm having remorse.
He's like, get me out of here.
I mean, when I can cry during a show because I cried because I was sad and happy today.
No, logical Raptors fanatic, don't do this to me. Matt crossed into the Pokemon loving community. No, that's weird. That's where I draw the line. That stuff and like the My Little Pony stuff and the Care Bears and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a real thing. Yeah, no. Don't put me in that.
I know you like Harry Potter. I don't know what any of that is.
Don't do that to me. That ain't it. We're not talking about the same thing, right? We're playing chess, not checkers, okay? All right?
When Darius Akov Jr. had his incredible game, I was not feeling remorse about the future of the Kings that I'm going to be missing out on. But then once we started talking about thick pots and Disney characters, that's when I'm like, wow, what am I doing? Why am I leaving?
Is it lunch break?
It is lunch break.
It started 7 minutes ago.
Didn't know where we were at in the show.
I didn't. That's your fault.
Lost track of time.
No, that was your fault. You did that.
I don't ever do anything.
How did we get there? Oh, yeah, because you said you liked Sebastian the Crab, which is wild. I mean, it's not wild.
I always take us down these rabbit holes.
He does have a chiseled chin. Like, we looked up a picture.
He's got a great smile.
There's a thing, though.
I like smiles.
We looked up a picture of Sebastian the Crab during the break, on company laptop, by the way.
Why? Sebastian the Crab has no lustful connotation to it.
Not at all. Well, then I looked up hot Disney characters, which is crazy.
God.
But I'm not kidding you. I pulled up Sebastian the Crab and Kayla went,
Yeah.
That was the notion.
Great smile.
Which I don't know if that means you want to eat them because you said you like to eat crabs or if you're attracted to Sebastian.
What is happening?
I wouldn't ever do that to Sebastian. Now, if he had a brother or sister, I might, crack the crab.
That's code word for something.
I didn't like that at all.
It is not.
I didn't like that at all. Do people enjoy doing that? Do people enjoy going to seafood restaurants and like, I want to look at what I kill?
I don't like
I'm not
looking
saying you
at
do,
it.
but like some people like, you could pick your lobster
No.
like it's ice cream.
I don't want to do that.
Someone was explaining to me the other day that when you have a live crab, when you like crab fishing, the way that you're supposed to prepare it is by sticking it alive in a freezer.
Oh, I thought
having it freeze.
Oh.
And I'm like, that is so inhumane to like.
That's
and they're like,
crazy.
no, the crabs don't feel it. And I'm like, that's a lie they tell you. You're freezing a crab to death in order to prepare it. That is psycho.
Guess it's better than burying him to death.
I'm not. What?
Better than putting him in a pot, boiling him.
It's like a jacuzzi.
Ooh, I need a jacuzzi on my neck, man.
Kayla, you slept on your
I
neck
slept
wrong,
on my
so-
left side of my neck, and so I'm trying to turn my neck. That's about as far as it goes today, folks.
Uh-huh. Great.
Work on that later.
Just don't hurt yourself. How do we recover this show? Let's give it a shot. It's lunch.
You want to transition?
Friday.
There is no transition. There is no segue. We're not even going to try. We're just going to accept it for what it is, and we're going to move forward. Last night.
Great segue, Matt.
Thank you. The Sacramento Kings defeated the Los Angeles Clippers last night, and while, of course, we were excited to see Darius Akov versus Keaton Wagler, Akov's not the guy that Keaton Wagler probably had nightmares about last night.
Mm-hmm.
Keaton Wagler probably his head hit the pillow at whatever 5-star hotel they're staying at in Las Vegas, and he woke up in a cold sweat thinking about the defense that Emmanuel Sharp played on him.
Facts.
Emmanuel Sharp's defense was awesome. Stuck to him like glue, harassing him the entire time. And this is the thing, this is not going to become a Keaton Wagler bash fest at all. But when we were talking about the pre-draft process and we were comparing these guards and looking for every little thing, a lot of what was talked about was Keaton Wagler's athleticism and his explosiveness and his creativity as a guard. And you had the 5th overall pick that could not get past Emmanuel Sharp. And a lot of that is because of how good of a defender Emmanuel Sharp is, or at least how good he was last night. But another part of that conversation is some of the concerns that we were talking about, Kayla, is does Keaton Wagler have that explosiveness to be able to break down a defense and get to his spots like he was able to do in college? But ultimately, Emmanuel Sharp was phenomenal last night.
He was. And he's just, this shouldn't be a huge surprise. Like, I know he's a second rounder, but if you truly go back and look at some of his film from his days at Houston. First of all, you cannot be on a Kelvin Sampson squad without being a dog when it comes to defense. And that is exactly what Emmanuel Sharp is. He is a pest out there, by the way. Like, if I were matched up with him and Keaton Wagler last night, there were several times that he was defending Keaton Wagler. And I didn't mean to be disrespectful at the start of the show. I'm being honest. At times, I just didn't notice Keaton Wagler.
It's hard to. He did little to nothing.
Right. And then at other times when I did notice him, it was because Emmanuel Sharp was, controlling him and trying to be the biggest pest he could be defensively. He also can score, though. Like, we see that three-point shot sometimes when, although it is a little funky, he can score, but it's the defense that I really love. It's the hustle, everything that Doug Christie could probably dream about in terms of a defender, this young man is showing. And you see it brings an energy out on the court as well.
Keaton Wagler played 27 minutes last night. He finished with 7 points, 1 of 7 from the field, 1 of 5 from three-point range. That means he only took 2 shots inside the three-point line because he couldn't get past anybody. He did get to the foul line, 3 of 4 from the foul line. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover. He was minus 23 in a game that the Kings only won by 6.
That's really rough.
He got manhandled, and a large portion of the time he was getting guarded and locked down by Emmanuel Sharp. Now, it's early. We're just a few games in. But Emmanuel Sharp is already trending towards being another one of these Scott Perry second-round steals that he's kind of being known for. We talked about Maxime Reynaud last year, Mitchell Robinson from many, many years ago. And a lot of when we talked about Emmanuel Sharp before, we've talked about, is he supposed to be what Devin Carter never was? And now Devin Carter was not Scott Perry's draft choice. Is he the Keon Ellis replacement? Well, we really started to fall in love with Keon Ellis here in Sacramento when he started getting more playing time during the regular season. I believe that was his second season. Might have been his rookie year, but I think it was more of his second season in the NBA. We're seeing it from Emmanuel Sharp and having these feelings about Emmanuel Sharp and the potential that he has to be that two-way, three-point shooting, pesty on-ball defensive guard off the bench for the Kings. 3 games in. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean that he's going to be able to defend starting caliber guards and superstar guards at the NBA level the same way he was able to clamp up Keaton Wagler last night. But I see a player out there that screams Doug Christie guy. I see a player out there that screams 94 feet. Sorry to bring it up again, but that's what I saw from Emmanuel Sharp.
Yeah, it's a good pick, or it seems to be a good pick right now from Scott Perry. Again, I think Scott Perry, and his crew can identify talent pretty well. And even the talent that's not the obvious talent. Because it's one thing to take somebody in the first round as a lottery pick. It's another thing to start to find these gems that you could help put together your team in the second round. And we've got to see what happens with Alex Cariban. That is, I don't think anybody should overreact to that.
No,
I know
we'll
they
see.
traded up to get him.
He's
I just think
okay.
he had a bad night. He had to shake off a lot of rust. Hasn't played in a while after he rolled that ankle, so I think it will be fine. Emmanuel Sharp is fun to watch, and I think he's going to have a place on this team. If anything, he's going to be so incredibly beneficial for the culture too, just because he does it the right way.
Yeah.
He just does. It's all he knows.
He has a ways to go to earn a spot in Doug Christie's rotation, of course. But the way that he's playing, I tweeted this out last night. Like, if he plays like this consistently when he touches the floor, whether he's only getting opportunity in garbage time or he's only getting opportunity in practice or whatever, because he's going to get to play at least during the preseason, of course. But once the regular season games start, we'll see how long it takes for him to get opportunity in the rotation, because as long as Malik Monk's on this team, Malik's getting, in my opinion, the backup point guard minutes. I imagine Nick Clifford is more going to be a backup 2, kind of 3 combo behind like a Zach LaVine. So Emmanuel Sharp's got some bodies to get past, some players to get past in order to find his way consistently into the rotation that I imagine Doug Christie's going to want to cap at 10 guys, but most comfortably around 9. So that means that's one of 4 bench spots that Emmanuel Sharp is going to have to battle for, and he's battling against guys like Neat Clifford, potentially Maxime Renaud and Dylan Cardwell, who I don't know if Max is going to start or not. It's going to be an uphill battle to climb, but I don't think it is an overreaction to Summer League to say, Emmanuel Sharp, if that's who he is and that's who he plays like every time he touches the floor, Doug Christie's going to have a hard time not finding minutes for him.
Yeah, and we've made this clear throughout the whole show. Summer League is easy to overreact or what's the word I'm looking for? Overreact in a positive or negative way, I should say. And I get people who are like, well, pump the brakes. Let's not fall in love with this player yet.
Sure.
I think it's okay to be excited or to be optimistic about guys right now because why not?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they can only do what they can do and what they're given. I mean, if they went out there and didn't show out, we'd be saying the opposite thing. I'd rather be saying, hey, I look forward to seeing this guy eventually earn some minutes on the team than the opposite, especially where the Kings are at right now. So I get it. Yeah, we can't say everything in terms of we know exactly what he's going to be on this team and he's going to be in the starting lineup. Like, we're not saying any of that.
Right.
But what else all they can do is go out there and perform right now. And if we get excited about it, heck, I'll take that.
I'm still a long ways away from the belief that Emmanuel Sharp could be like a starting caliber 2 guard.
Yeah,
but
I'm not on that.
A long ways away from that. But if you feel that you need to put a defensive guard next to Darius to handle the switching and to take and be that point of attack defensive guard and take some of that pressure off of Darius if he's not ready for that right away.
Mm-hmm.
I can see a scenario if you were to tell me it's February and March, and while Emmanuel Sharp's not starting at the 2 guard spot, he's getting 10-ish minutes a night where he and Akov are on the floor together. I could see that being a very real possibility, depending upon how the season is going.
Sure.
Like, we're just seeing that based off of how he's playing, and the two of them have looked good when they've shared the floor together so far. At the beginning of the show, early in the show, we played for you Darius Akov's post-game interview with ESPN, where it was a very brief interview, but he brought up his more accountability on his end, right? He said unprompted on the ESPN interview, like, I played terrible. And he talked about he needs to be shoot the ball better. He needs to get his teammates more involved. Just another example of Darius Akov Jr. kind of taking accountability and holding himself to a higher standard than anybody is holding him to, especially in Summer League. Well, he did more of the same in his post-game media availability. This is about 4 minutes of Darius Akov Jr. speaking to the media, including KCRA3's Sean Cunningham. This audio comes via KCRA3's Sean Cunningham. ABC 10's Kevin John was out there.
Here's Sean Cunningham. Who? I don't know.
Jeremiah Salmonson was out there as well, asking him some questions. And here's more of Darius Akov Jr. kind of taking accountability and talking about his game and the Kings' 1-0 start to Summer League.
It seems that the assist numbers are really, really positive. Seem to be making a lot of the right decisions. Could you just maybe speak to where your shot feels like it is right now, but speak also to you finding your teammates and making the right decisions as well?
Yeah, just trying to be more efficient. I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying to get my assists up for sure, getting those guys involved. They're great players, but as long as we keep getting the win, it's good for us.
Are you overly critical right now of yourself and your performances, or do you kind of take in what the moment is, realizing that this can be kind of haphazard basketball at times?
No, I'm critical.
Yeah. How much is it bothering you?
A lot.
Well, you still improved to 4-0. I know you talked about how winning is all that matters with you. Is that kind of the carrot there that you can kind of take away?
Yeah, as long as we got the win, I'm good for sure. But just want to work on my game more for sure. But as long as we got the win, Emmanuel played, great again tonight. I think that's his 3rd game in a row. He's been, in my opinion, our best player. So everything, Dylan, those guys. I think Dylan might have had a double-double. Neek playing good down the stretch. J-Mo's been playing great. So everybody's just playing great. So definitely want to, pick that up with them.
Is the shooting, the turnovers, what is the most thing that you're most
What you think?
I would imagine it was the shooting, but the turnovers down the stretch, I couldn't tell.
Whatever you say, yeah.
Well, one of the things your coach was just talking about was just the way that you guys made adjustments in the second half. He said he was very proud of your effort. You guys stopped fouling so much, et cetera, et cetera. What was the key as players, do you feel, that allowed you to buy into what he was saying and come out and finish the job?
Yeah, just turn the pressure back up. I think we turned it down a little bit, got away from the game. Just down the stretch, I think we got to be better. I got to be better too, as a point guard, but we got to be better, extending that lead down the stretch. I feel like we keep losing the lead a little bit, so just trying to get that right for sure.
At the start of the game, I think defensively, you're picking up 94 feet, blowing up screens. You wanted to take the matchup. I know how competitive you are. Was it a personal a little bit, playing in this game and this matchup that you had today?
Yeah, for sure. That's how you got to play it. Like you said, just trying to turn up defensively for sure, but every matchup I take is personal probably for sure.
You have yet to lose a game as a member of the Sacramento Kings. How much better do you think this team can be if you guys clear up those little mistakes and things and whatnot? What's the potential that this squad can go?
I think they doing their job. I think it's me. We gotta. If I play better, I think we would be winning by a lot more points. So I think those guys are doing their job. They're playing great. I got to be better on both ends on the floor, especially as the point guard. But I say, if anything, making sure we stay connected off the court so we can just keep getting more wins for sure.
How's it been for you? Game one, you get blitzed, you get picked up 94 from the start. You've probably seen every coverage over these last 3 or 4 games. How has it been for you just getting more comfortable? Because I started to see your assist reads and just you being comfortable starting to improve each and every game.
Yeah, I think quarter by quarter each game I get more comfortable, I would say. I think the first game I was a little sped up, slowed down in the second half. The second game started, good from the start, slowing down. And then this game, I think my passing was probably the best it's been. So I think just trying to improve on, everything each game for sure.
What was it like having Alex Cariban back out there in the game for you guys?
It was great. He's always open. He knows where to be every spot. So it was great to see him out there again. He got everything in his bag. So just seeing him playing with him for the first time, it was great for sure.
A lot of the guys said speed and physicality was one of the biggest things they've noticed today in these games. Did you notice that out there? Speed is a little different, physicality is a little different?
Yeah, every game for sure. Speed definitely different, physicality different, but that's what you make it here for. So it's good.
So there's a very fine line, Kayla, between pouting when you have a bad game and acknowledging and wanting to do better. And then there's a branch off of that tree where sometimes if you have to be better, it's easy to try and force things. It's I got to force myself to play better. I got to force shots. I got to force myself to try and make these tough passes and things like that. You know how much I love De'Aaron Fox, and I'm bringing this up for a reason. But I know Sacramento Kings fans towards the end became a little bit frustrated with the nonchalantness of De'Aaron Fox. And of course, there's the famous "doesn't really matter" comment that he made after his foul that led to the Kings losing and ultimately led to Mike Brown being fired, or was the last straw in Mike Brown being fired. And while Darius Akov Jr. is not the most, I will say, charismatic, he's certainly not the loudest and most boisterous. All I heard from that was the accountability that he puts on himself. And what stood out to me the most is how much he feels that his teammates are doing their job and he's not doing his yet. And I can understand how that could get old if it were to continue over and over and over and over again. But for now, I think it's refreshing to hear the new star and face of the Kings say those things and feel that way.
Yeah, I'd rather hear that than him not take accountability. And again, I'm not really going that deep into any of this. Again, this is his third game. I watched Darren Peterson and AJ DeBonsa last night, and while they were good, they were super inefficient. Super inefficient. They had similar numbers in terms of shooting to Darius Akov Jr. So I'm not overreacting to right now, oh my goodness, he's this or he's that. He is taking the time to figure out in live time what he needs to be for this team. Mm-hmm. And this is the stage to do it in, because he probably is going to be a starter. So he's not going to be coming off the bench, at least from what I gather. He's going to be point guard 1.
Yeah.
So right now, he's going to make mistakes. He's not going to be happy with every game. Some games might be better than others. But the whole point of Summer League is to learn from all of this. And at least if he's coming out and saying, these are things I need to do better, I love it. Because he could just be I don't want I don't want to talk about it. Or he could also not be giving any type of praise to his teammates around him. And like you said, kind of pouting about it and getting in his own feelings. I also wanted to mention again, too, and you guys can laugh at me all you want and think this is a stupid observation, but I observe things and I feel there are details sometimes that get overlooked. And when I said I wanted to ask that question about the sneakers, I really, truly meant it.
You are locked in on this sneaker
That
watch.
was the first game that we saw him change his shoes like 2 times, right? He has worn shoes different in almost every game. And he wore a new pair last night. I think he's also honestly trying to find his comfortability like on the floor as well and trying out different things. Like this is all part of becoming a pro. And I know it sounds stupid, but I truly feel like that's something he's trying to do too, is to find his comfortability out there.
Yeah, I like the accountability that Darius Akov Jr. is taking. I'm not worried in the slightest. I'm a little surprised by some of the responses that I've seen, especially on our text line, about people concerned, because Akov makes it sound like he's playing terribly.
But
I don't think he's playing that bad. By his standards, he's not playing up to his standards, and I would
Right.
expect that from a player of his quality. But I don't see Akov playing that bad. I just sometimes see he's forcing shots and he's missing on a lot of looks. He's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it in the slightest.
Yeah.
Domantas Sabonis. He's a Gonzaga legend for a reason. Kayla Anderson could tell us about that better than anybody else. And now he's giving back and pouring into that program. A pretty cool moment that the Sabonis family got to share with the Gonzaga basketball program. We'll tell you about that next. Plus, we've got Kayla's 2-minute drill to look forward to and a game of NBA Summer League overreactions. That's all still to come here on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
Happy Friday from the KCRA3 Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Ophelia Young. Weather will be yet a little warmer in the foothills today. Expect afternoon temperatures to climb into the low 90s under sunny skies. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Progressive knows you've got plenty of things to worry about.
What time does the kids' practice end? How long has that check engine light been on? Are takeout containers microwave safe?
So the last thing you should have to worry about is what to do if something unexpected happens on the road. That's why if you're ever in a major accident, Progressive's accident response can detect it and send help. It's just one less thing to worry about.
How long does chicken last in the fridge?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Looking for family fun, thrilling baseball, and unforgettable memories? Come out to Sutter Health Park and catch the Sacramento River Cats in action. Great games, great food, and great times await. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthabite.net.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner. Locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
Your concert lineup is stacked with can't-miss shows on the Sactown Sports Live events calendar. It all starts July 19th when country legend Willie Nelson takes the stage at Ironstone Amphitheater. Then Cole Wetzel rocks Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic July 24th. August heats up with Santana and the Doobie Brothers at Toyota Amphitheater August 8th. The Sacred Souls at Hard Rock Live Sacramento August 12th. David Lee Roth at Thunder Valley August 14th. And a huge night August 16th with Kane Brown at Ironstone Amphitheater and Toto at Toyota Amphitheater. Keep it rolling August 19th with the Black Crows and Whiskey Myers at Toyota Amphitheater. Ty Myers takes over Lake Tahoe Amphitheater August 22nd. September brings Sac Top for 2 back-to-back nights at Lake Tahoe Amphitheater September 11th and 12th. Then don't miss Leonard Skinner October 2nd at Ironstone Amphitheater and Ashley Cook October 10th at Ace of Spades. Stay up to date with every show on the Sactown Sports Live events calendar. Find all the details at SactownSports.com.
Celebration of 80 years of 49ers football. Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 44, Alex Smith stuns the Saints.
In one triumphant afternoon, playoff first-timer Alex Smith joined a pair of 49ers Hall of Fame quarterbacks with his own indelible postseason moment. Montana had the catch. Young had the catch, too. In January of 2012, Alex Smith stunned the Saints with a 7-play, 85-yard drive capped by the grab.
Alex takes the snap. Alex looking. Got it. The post, and it's got him. Come on. Touchdown. Touchdown 49ers. Vernon Davis with the play of his life. Alex Smith with the play of his life. And the 49ers are 9 seconds away from playing for the NFC Championship.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Boy, has it been a show already.
Right? And we're not even at 1 o'clock yet.
Not even.
Holy smokes.
Kayla hasn't even cried again.
Yeah, we'll get
I've done it twice. I cried for the sadness of Kyle leaving. Then I was laughing so hard I cried when we were talking about the Disney characters. So it leaves one more to be desired. I have peed my pants before because I've cried or laughed so hard. Did that a couple times in middle school.
Okay.
Okay, I thought you were going to say I was 35 years old.
Oh, no. Like in middle school, like, you know, sleepovers and stuff you have and drinking all the pop and stuff.
So this is where...
Matt, did you pee yourself at sleepovers?
No.
Oh,
never,
yeah.
Never.
One time I got up and said, I peed, and pointed down. It was so funny. Never forget that.
I remember being mortified because I had surgery one time in my life, and I was like...
On your brain?
No, it was not a lobotomy. I was like 12 years old or something like that, and I had to have like some lymph nodes removed.
That's
I
awful.
had like a lymph node on my chest.
Yeah.
Because from a cat scratch, believe it or not. And went under, and when I went under, I was clothed.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came out of the surgery, I was no longer clothed.
That's terrifying.
Other than the gown, because I was informed that while I was out in surgery, I peed myself.
You did?
Hey, listen, game's the game,
And they took your clothes off?
Well, they're not just going to say,
no.
hey, lie there for the rest of surgery in soiled drawers. So the doctor, I don't know, whatever nurse or doctor had to do that.
Hilarious.
Hope they got a raise. Sorry.
That is hilarious.
But I was mortified by that. But see, here's the problematic journalist in me. When you say you laughed so hard you peed your pants, like, are we talking about like there was a leak or the dam broke?
No, usually I don't drink enough water for the second thing to happen.
You're not
Even as a middle schooler?
You're not hydrated enough?
I mean, but the pop, those like sleepovers, at least we did. We always had like just crap food. Like
the pop?
Like soda
As in
pop.
Who
like
calls
those
it
liters.
pop?
I do. I've always called it
Matt,
pop.
this is a thing. At different parts of the country call it
in
different
Washington
things.
State, in Spokane, we called it pop.
It's pop, it's soda. Some people just call all soda Coke.
Coke, yeah. That's a South thing. But
this is a thing.
But like, hey, when I think anytime you can get me to laugh that hard, where I'm either crying, let's just stick at crying at this point of my career, then that's a good thing.
Well, if you missed lunch break pick a side today in our conversation about
lunch break.
Attractive Disney characters, then,
went off the rails, guys.
Go back and listen to that. It's Friday, man. We got the Friday vibes going on
do.
here. It is a bit of a sad Friday, though, because like Kayla just talked about, and if you missed it earlier in the show, this is Kyle's last day with us. Kyle Ledbetter is moving on to bigger and better things. We will say bon voyage to Kyle during Kyle's curveball coming up around an hour from now. But
and for me, it's a bleep it Friday,
what are you going to do? Fire me?
You never know what's going to happen.
I'll talk about thick Disney characters.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Mm-hmm.
Again, go back to pick a side if you want to understand more of the context of whatever. I don't know if I'm proud of it. Let's put it that way. Out of context.
You should be. Embrace it.
It's
Wonder who Domantas Sabonis thinks is.
There we go.
Not do that to him. Let's not do that. Well, I mean, so they call it
Great
pop
segue,
up
Matt.
there in Spokane.
Yeah.
It's
there
pop.
we go.
Okay, well,
there's your segue.
Up in the land
Great
of
segue,
Spokane, they call it pop, and they love their Gonzaga basketball. And of course, Domantas Sabonis is a legend at Gonzaga. And Kayla, you sniffed this out when we heard rumors about a big donor for the Gonzaga basketball program. It turns out that donor was none other than Sacramento Kings center Domantas Sabonis, and there are clips all over social media. A pretty special ceremony yesterday. The Sabonis Family Strength and Conditioning Center was opened up, I guess built. Was that built with his donation, or he just donated to where they wanted to name it after him? I'm not sure about those details.
Yeah, so I think they kind of put together a bigger facility, upgraded, obviously, all of the things inside the facility. So it's been given a huge makeover. Remember that? Move that bus.
Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Okay, we're going on all sorts of tangents today. Somebody ruined that show for me.
Who?
Because I loved that show. Like my mom and I used to watch that show all the time. Love Ty Pennington.
Ty
I think
Pennington,
he's a great.
yeah.
We used to watch does anyone remember Trading Spaces on
Yeah,
TLC?
I think that's where he originated from.
Yeah, that's where he initially
Mhm.
came from. But Extreme Makeover Home Edition, I loved that show because it was fun, it was entertaining, and I don't do like home projects and stuff like that. I suck at it. But for some reason, I was very entertained by that show. And I loved the stories of all the feel-good stories of what they were doing for these families. Someone ruined it for me by saying they put them in these massive houses that have monumental, electricity and bills and stuff. And, so many of these families end up going into debt with these houses.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Oh, don't do that. Why you got to make something fun mean?
That sucks for sure.
Ruin that show
But
for me.
Gonzaga does not have to worry about that.
Gonzaga can
They're
afford the
doing
electricity
fine.
bill.
Oh,
Yeah.
they got Big 12 money now.
If not, Domas will pay it.
No, they're Pac-12.
Oh, are they Pac-12?
Yeah, they're
For
Pac-12.
some reason, I thought they were Big 12.
No. They're Pac-12.
I thought Pac-12 was only the state schools.
Yeah, but they are in basketball. Pac-12,
Okay.
because they don't have football at Gonzaga, so they are in basketball, baseball.
Okay.
They don't have football. The Zags.
Oh, it is? Yeah. Okay.
Joining my pack, baby.
So they'll be playing San Diego State, I
Yeah.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is good at basketball in the Pac-12? Is it Colorado State? I don't know.
I mean, all of the state schools at some point have had their moments. I mean, even Washington State has had their moments. Oregon State's had their moments. I don't know.
Yeah, but the Oregon State one was like Gary Payton. That's like 40 years ago.
Wayne Tinkle took them on a run a few years ago when they went to Indianapolis. Don't you hate on my boy Tinks?
No, it's just a funny name.
Oh, yeah, Tinkle. I guess it goes well with the conversation. Anyway, I know.
I'm
happy.
This is your
Look,
bridge to cross. I
am excited for, I think it's, in all seriousness, great move by Domantas Sabonis. Great move that other Gonzaga players, because they've put some dudes in the league, should follow in the footsteps in terms of that, because it is a smaller school, but what Gonzaga has done for Spokane is insane. It's literally put Spokane on the map. Like, finally people are pronouncing it the right way. You know, they can't pronounce Gonzaga the right way, but for Sabonis to do this, I think it was a big deal. I mean, he was up there.
Yeah, it's cool.
He talked with all the media and stuff.
It's a cool story.
Sounds like he's feeling well. Like he's
he got his
working
first.
out.
He got his first workouts in
Yeah.
at Gonzaga. Apparently,
Mm-hmm.
getting back to work, getting back in shape, ready for training camp in a couple of months. By the way, World Cup check-in for you. Spain took an early 1-0 lead over Belgium. This match is being played at SoFi Stadium in LA. And, well, Belgium just answered back. They scored to draw even. The winner of this match takes on France in the semi-final round. So, big equalizer there from Belgium. We'll take the break. When we come back, let's check in the realm of football. It's Kayla's, I'm not talking soccer football. I'm talking NFL, American football. Kayla's 2-minute drill is next. Then we'll get into a game of NBA Summer League overreactions involving your Sacramento Kings. It's all on this crazy Friday. Real Friday energy right here on Sactown Sports.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. Get a free oil filter and more during the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone, now through July 27th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action, but please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi. I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust. Along with my partner and associates, I have been helping accident survivors recover for their injuries for over 25 years. And we can help you. There's no charge for calling, so please call us today.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Any golfer would be thrilled to listen to Jack Nicklaus talk, and I had to tap the enthusiasm brakes a bit when I had a chance to interview him. But over the course of 40-plus years, Nicklaus wrote enduring words in Golf Digest magazine. Max Adler compiles some of the best. Nicklaus says, "When I putt, I hold my breath before initiating the stroke to keep my head and body still." About putting, he said, "I visualize the putter shaft as being extremely limber, almost as flexible as a length of rope, which means the only way I can get the club head to swing truly is to stroke putts very softly." He said, "The harder I want to hit a shot, the slower I try to begin the swing." About the game, he said, "The key to playing well is to understand who you are as a person and then manage that. I'm finding now more than ever that the game of a lifetime can give you the time of your life without ever striking a shot." Sounds pretty much like life itself. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
It's time for the 2-minute drill. Kayla Anderson has the ball, and she's taking us around the world of football. It's Kayla's 2-minute drill on Matt and Kayla.
Oh, shoot, I forgot it was a 2-minute drill
Yeah,
time.
we're back on the attractive Disney.
You have no idea what day it is, what time it is.
Good
We're just
Lord.
What's the name of the freaking candle from Sleeping? No, Beauty and the Beast. What's his name? The French guy.
Looks like Lumiere.
Oh, that's what it is.
Well, we're talking about he does the Be Our Guest song, and, and all the objects are dancing with him, and he has there's like dusters, and the dusters are kind of attractive too.
Good Lord.
Not Mrs. Potts, though. You can't top Mrs. Potts.
She's thick.
She's thick.
I've never even seen this movie.
You've never seen
It's
Beauty and the
really
Beast?
good.
No, I just thought, what would be the funniest inanimate object to,
Yeah, we know.
Mm-hmm. Make lustful comments about.
Everybody thinks that when Belle comes out in her big shiny dress, oh, it's the most beautiful moment. Hell no. Mrs. Potts.
Yeah. Underrated. When she starts to boil, man.
I don't like this at all.
That's crazy.
I don't like this at all. You made it weird. We were just talking about Mrs. Potts. You made it weird.
I just
No,
said
it's not weird. It's
I
just
make
crazy.
hot tea a lot. Hot green tea.
Yeah, but it's
a thing.
also a double entendre.
All right. Y'all get your mind out of the gutter.
What do you mean? You knew exactly
No, I
what you
didn't.
did.
I
No,
never
don't
know.
you do that. Don't you play
That's
innocent.
being too critical. It was funny. It's just crazy.
Welcome to your 2-minute drill. Here's Kayla.
All right, we got this going. Let's go. Let's go.
There's a category for everything on the internet. That's all I'm saying.
I know.
That's crazy.
Retired Riggins is what we start off with. The Washington Commanders are retiring Hall of Fame running back John Riggins, number 44 number. If we're not going to probably remember this, get out of here.
Number 44 number?
Oh, sorry.
We're off the rails.
They are retiring his number 44.
Good number.
There we go. 40 years ago.
Not a lot of 44s, by the way.
No, there aren't. He scored a touchdown on one of the most famous runs in Super Bowl history. He becomes the 7th player in Commanders franchise history to have his number retired. He did a whole thing on social media. It's actually pretty cool. He's going to be honored at the Rams-Washington game on November 8th.
They picked a game that they knew a bunch of people would be at.
Absolutely.
'cause of the Rams.
By the way, his nickname was so legit. He was called the Diesel.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pretty cool. He's a cool dude, too,
I will
if
say,
you watch his stuff.
maybe a little bit of an opportunity missed, although we would have had to wait 4 years to do it. That run being 40 years ago and they're retiring number 44. Missed opportunity there.
Yeah, do a little bit.
Delay it for
Also,
4 years.
I just looked this up. 44 must have been the number back in the day because there's so many famous 44s, but they're all
It's
old.
not, yeah, because it's not anymore.
It's like Jim Brown, Reggie Jackson, Nolan Ryan,
Yeah.
Hank Aaron, Jerry West, Pete Maravich. Like, why was everyone wearing? Is this like
That's-
the 32 thing?
That's pretty
23.
interesting. That's what we should do during the summer is go down a deep dive of like how numbers have changed, like what was the most popular in this decade, whatever. Because it is kind of weird how it does
I
happen
have
to
seen
do that.
I have to find it because someone did a study on like the most successful number in sports history, like the jersey number that turned out
that
just the
has
absolute most success.
really?
I think 23 was really high
That's
up
cool.
there.
10 has got to be
Number
pretty
10
up there.
was really
That's
high
kinda
up there.
cool.
88 was very high up there because it's a very much a receiver number.
By the way, I'm just waiting for them to make this DeRozan thing official. I'm so sick of seeing Meek in 00. I'm like,
Give
I
him
just
number
want to
10.
see the 10 go on the back of his jersey.
We were wondering after because
Jeez.
it was before the third California Classic game that DeRozan was waived officially. I was like, is he gonna run out wearing number 10? But at that point, he's 00 for
Yeah.
all the summer league.
Exactly.
Since I have all this time now, I'll do all the research on what the most
Perfect.
successful number
That'd
is,
be
and I'll give
cool.
you guys an answer.
Write
That'd
another
be
book.
Cool. I mean, heck, you can come on in a segment, Kyle. Now that you know, pop on as a guest. Why not?
Oh, are we doing all the plugs for the
Well,
book?
we're
By the
going
way,
to,
you
yeah.
can get Kyle's book,
Like the Beam.
a story
On
of
Amazon.
love and community with the 2023 Sacramento Kings, available right now on Amazon.
Yeah,
And Barnes & Noble.
exactly.
And Barnes & Noble.
Or just send me a DM. I still got like 30 of the high-quality print
There we go.
copies.
There you go.
And I can
Yeah.
always order more.
And I know some people already on the chat were doing that. Next up, looking for a new gig. So this is the continuation on what the heck is going on with Detroit Lions cornerback Terrion Arnold. Well, guess what, guys? Obviously, he got bailed out. I think it was a $1 million bail. This whole burglary and all of that is still under investigation. But the Lions, they waived him. So he doesn't need to wear a GPS tracker. And he can go work out with teams. Well, he just worked out for the Houston Texans. He's got several other teams he's going to work out for. I've even seen the Niners be connected to would they sign. I don't think that at all fits what culture they want to bring in if they don't know exactly what happened yet with this young man. And I'm not saying he's guilty.
No.
He's innocent until proven guilty. But I just don't think they want to go down that road until they know that this is a resolved thing. But I think a team's going to sign him.
Yeah, he's talented enough, and we've seen that in the NFL and in a lot of professional sports, talent wins over any off-the-field issues that you may or may not have. I agree with you on the assessment of the 49ers. They've dealt with a pretty significant distraction for a while
And
that's
that's
still
not
not
even
completely
done.
over and done with. I think that this is one for them to avoid.
Okay, so I've got some good news in terms of Matt's team, the Raiders. And then the 49ers are also something you could probably get excited about this. So I've been going over all week. This has been kind of fun. The top positions, they're being ranked 1 through 10 by execs in the league and coaches. So I am now entering the tight ends talk in terms of top 10.
Oh, it's tight end day.
It is tight end day, so I'd like to play this little game with you guys. Can anybody tell me who lands in the number 1 spot?
It better be my boy Brock Bowers.
I think it's Trey McBride from the Cardinals.
Okay, it is indeed his boy Brock Bowers.
Damn right. Number 1 tight end. Hopefully we can get the football to
Isn't
him.
that good?
Yeah.
And he can stay healthy.
He's 23 years old. He's still so young, and you're right. If he can stay healthy, man,
He's the GOAT.
this guy could be an incredible weapon for Fernando Mendoza for years to come.
I still can't believe he fell in the draft.
I
Like
know.
that is genuinely like the most dominant college football player I've ever seen.
He was so good, and he's a ton of fun to watch.
Also from Napa.
Also from Napa, yes.
Yeah,
You're exactly
super
right.
random.
That's cool. And he played at Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay.
He won Stetson Bennett 2 national championships.
Yes, he did. Let's be clear about that.
Him and Ladd McConkey.
Good old lad. Trey McBride is second on this list of the Arizona Cardinals. One of the about 3 bright spots the Arizona Cardinals have going for them
And
this
it's
year.
not number 2 and it's not number 3.
Exactly. So he was ranked last year 4th. He's gone all the way up to the 2nd spot. He is phenomenal. And it sucks seeing some of this talent in their youngest years. Like, I don't want to say going to waste. That sounds bad. But there are kind of wasteful years here right now for some of these guys.
Well, especially Brock Bowers and Trey McBride, who in their combined 6 seasons have never played a meaningful football game.
How dare you?
Real quick, number 3 on the list is, coming off an Achilles injury, George Kittle of the San Francisco 49ers. He is so well respected, even at the age of 32, even coming off that Achilles. He is ranked 3rd, followed by Sam Laporta of the Lions at 4, Tyler Warren of the Colts at 5, Tucker Kraft of Green Bay at 6, Colston Loveland, which I really like him, and he's been another really young, good target for Caleb. Why did I just forget his last name?
It's Williams, but we're going to do the Caleb Williams.
I wanted to say
Caleb
Wilson.
Yeah.
Colston
now they're
Loveland,
both in Chicago.
It's just driving me crazy. Kyle Pitts of Atlanta at 8, Mark Andrews of Baltimore at 9, and rounding out the top 10, Mr. Travis Swift of the Kansas City Chiefs.
He was number 8, and then he got married.
Yep.
Ball and chain dragging him down.
He should be number 13, you know?
Oh, yeah. Got that one.
By the way, Kayla, we've had someone on the text line telling us all day to Google Erling Haaland's name. And Erling Haaland is the star striker for Belgium.
Yeah.
And Erling Haaland even tweeted out, like, Google my name.
Okay.
If you Google Erling Haaland's name right now,
I'm scared.
There's then a little rowing boat that goes across the bottom of the screen. Go ahead. Google
that
Erling Haaland's name.
is so cool.
If you type in
and
just
it's of Norway, not Belgium.
What did I say?
Belgium.
Oh, my bad. I meant Norway. Yeah, if you just
it
Google
didn't do it for me.
Erling Haaland, there's a little celebration at the bottom, and you have a little bunch of guys rowing across the bottom of the screen.
That's so cool.
There you go. Superstar.
That's really cool.
I saw he was also going viral because like his rap video he did when he was like 14 was getting remixed.
Oh, I haven't seen this. I got to find that too.
Oh my gosh.
We'll take the break. When we come back, let's play a game of NBA Summer League overreactions for your Sacramento Kings. It's to start the final hour of the show, final hour of the week, final hour with Kyle Ledbetter as part of the show before he says bon voyage. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
After missing the California Classic with an ankle sprain, rookie Alex Cariban struggled from the floor in his Kings debut. With a week of Summer League games on the horizon, will the former UConn star find his rhythm against A.J. Dabanza and the Wizards?
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Today alone, 5,370 people in the United States will be diagnosed with cancer. That's why Stand Up to Cancer funds and develops the newest and most promising cancer treatments. Stand Up to Cancer wants to provide you with every opportunity to join in this mission. By donating your home, land, or commercial property, you can help Stand Up to Cancer fund innovative cancer research. Stand Up to Cancer makes the process easy, and it may be tax deductible. Visit standuptocancer.org/giveproperty to learn more.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPFest.com.
It is Christmas in July with the Sacramento River Cats. Join us on Saturday, July 25th at Sutter Health Park for holiday fun, summertime baseball, and a festive night you won't forget. Celebrate the season early. Grab your tickets now at rivercats.com.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Now, this is one thing that we'll leave with Kyle Ledbetter is Friday by Rebecca Black. Anthony, I know you're listening. I swear to God, you keep this around. I don't know what I'll do, but it's coming. Whatever it is. It'll be
get
scary.
it in the separation.
Yes, you get it in the separation.
Yeah,
you get it. We get the couch and the dog. You get Rebecca Black.
This was a joke
good party gift.
when Alan was leaving to go to the afternoons. It's like what stays on midday and what goes with him in the afternoons.
It was.
So I'll take this with me, and then you guys can keep Anthony.
Yeah. I think we should replace it with "This Is How We Do It" by Montel Jordan.
It's a very different type of song, but I like it.
It's Friday night.
Also has nothing to do with Friday.
It says it's Friday night.
Yeah.
And I feel alright.
Don't do this again. Don't do this again.
Friday night. There it is. And I feel alright. The party's here on the west side.
Ew, it's in stereo. It's like echoes.
So I reach for my shawty and I turn it up.
It's also 1 in the afternoon. It's not Friday night.
Well, for some it is. Some it absolutely is. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Absolutely. Right?
So you want to get down and dirty at 1 p.m. on a Friday night.
Can't say I've not done it before.
Kayla walks out of this studio and there's just a glass of wine waiting for her.
I don't like wine. Give me tequila. Oops, we're not supposed to say that.
Yeah.
Give me
It's not your last day.
Give me a non-alcoholic bed.
Save this. Give me what? Save it.
A non-alcoholic bed.
Well, give me a little apple juice.
See, the night.
Martinelli was playing last night, and I kept on thinking of Martinelli's apple cider.
You really might have ADHD.
Are you what?
Martinelli was out on the court last night for the Clippers.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh.
What would you like?
I was thinking about Martinelli.
What would you like me to do with this information, Kayla?
Which one?
The Martinelli thing. You drop these just lines, and I look at you like, is there more? I know I love it, but I'm going
in Kayla's corner.
Wait. You're going in Kayla's corner? No one puts Kayla in a corner. You know that. You fight your way out.
Even if it means breaking my
Yeah.
bones.
Also, who's this? There's a guy named Martinelli on the Clippers.
Yeah, or it was the game before. I can't remember. I watched so much NBA last night. I believe there is, though. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Nick Martinelli.
And I kept on hearing that. I'm like, I do like Martinelli's. the apple
Yeah.
cider, and they have like the
sparkled
grape
wine.
one.
Yeah.
That's some of my
It's
favorite
phenomenal.
at Thanksgiving.
Guess he played at Northwestern, apparently.
My wife will drink Martinelli's out the bottle.
I'm telling you, it's popular.
She'll just swig
It's just apple
Martinelli's.
juice.
Yeah, but she loves it. She'll just swig it.
He needs a deal. He needs a deal, and I can't believe he didn't have an NIL deal. Anyway.
A Martinell IL deal.
Exactly. Missed out. You could have had me as your agent.
A Martin NIL ease deal.
Who would be a better agent, Kayla Anderson or Alan Stiles?
Oh, me by far.
So that might be a debate.
Honestly, I think the best one here would probably be Dave.
You think?
I think Dave would be great as an agent.
Because Dave could spin
Sweet
it.
talk.
Dave can spin you into something. Alan will just overwhelm you with a sales pitch, and then Kayla will threaten you.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's more effective?
Which honestly, you need all of those at different times.
Yeah,
You really do.
Maybe you guys should form an agency.
Yes.
That's a good point.
The Dave, Kayla, and Alan, the DKA.
DAA.
That's good.
Oh, CAD. Kayla, Allen, and
I like my name first.
Yeah.
Dak is right there,
Dak is there, but that would require you
Dak
being
is
last.
Yeah.
But you could represent Dak Prescott, and he has big contracts.
As long as I'm getting some money from it.
Is it an even split, 33% each?
Yeah, for sure. Unless I've got to really hurt someone, then I get a little more.
Kayla's the muscle of this. Is this the mafia? What is happening here?
Do you think that Rich Paul is just in negotiating
never
rooms
know.
being like, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse?
Yeah, Rich Paul carries a baseball bat with him.
Mm-hmm.
His goon behind him is just Richard Jefferson.
Send me a voice memo or we're taking you out back. That's a joke for the LeBron James voice memo thing that's going on right now.
That is crazy, by the way.
So crazy.
Can't wait to see who wins.
Well, let's get crazier with some NBA Summer League overreactions. I've got 7 statements here based off of NBA Summer League so far. Now, I'm not just counting the one game from last night. I'm also counting the 3 California Classic games that we had here in Sacramento. Is this an overreaction, or is there some truth to this, some validity to these statements? Number 1, the first 3 are about Darius Akov Jr. Number 1, Darius Akov Jr.'s defensive issues were overblown. Overreaction or truth to it?
So saying
is it an overreaction to say the concerns about Darius Akov's defense in Arkansas or at Arkansas during the pre-draft process were overblown?
I think it's still fair to say it was to note. I don't think we've seen enough yet to say we're okay with him defensively.
So it's an
100%.
overreaction to say they were overblown just based off what we've seen.
I think so.
I would agree with you.
I'm
for
trying
the most
to be
part.
very fair, and I am a big supporter of this.
I would agree with you for the most part. However, I do think that, and I think a number of Kings fans already, from what we've seen, have, I won't say calmed down, but I think there's less concern or less worry based off of what we've seen. If Darius Akov Jr. were just a turnstile on defense, because there was that highlight reel that people put together, the low light reel of some of Darius Akov's defensive concerns, and a lot of people took that and ran with it.
I didn't like that, by the way, because just as much as you can put a highlight reel together and see, when you do that defensively, I get it. He did do all those things, but when you put it in a highlight reel of lowlights, it does hit different.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just bad play after bad play after bad play. To be fair, a lot of those were in the same games. So it was like 2 or 3 games where he just had a lot of defensive mistakes. It is cherry picking a little bit, but those are highlight and low light reels for the most part. I do think people are calming down to the defensive concerns of Darius Akov a little bit. But yes, to say that's completely overblown, those defensive issues, I do think is a little bit of an overreaction. Number 2. Darius Akov Jr. is ready to be the number 1 guy on the Kings from day 1.
Well, not if Zach LaVine has anything to say about it.
I think...
I don't think I make too much money. I think I get paid more.
I think he needs to be.
Well, I agree with you.
That's not an overreaction.
I would agree with you. I don't think it's an
But
overreaction.
is he ready?
I think he's
there's
ready.
a lot of, and I still think there's plenty of time to get him there, because there's a lot of work he's going to do the rest of the summer during training camp. We've got the rest of summer league. No one's going to put in more work than this guy. I truly trust that.
I don't think it's an overreaction at all. I think Darius Akov Jr. is ready. It doesn't mean when you're handed the keys, that doesn't mean that you're suddenly going to become a Formula One driver. But he's ready to have the keys to the organization and learn how to drive and learn how to carry this organization like trial by fire style, learn by doing. I think he's already shown that he's ready for those responsibilities. He's ready for the pressure that comes with it. And based off of all the accountability that we're seeing him show after these games that I don't think were that bad, but he clearly feels a certain type of way about how he's playing. I think he's ready for the responsibility that comes with being the face of the franchise, and the Kings should give him that opportunity. That doesn't mean that everybody else sucks and bow to the whim of Darius Akov Jr. That's not what being the number one guy is. But he is the face. He's the point guard. He's going to have the ball in his hands. He should start and get star minutes right from the jump. I think he's ready for that. I don't think that's an overreaction.
I think he can handle it.
Yes. Number 3, Darius Akov Jr. will have a better career than Keaton Wagler.
This is probably too easy for me to react to right now for several reasons. I think a lot of, and again, to each is your own. We all had people we loved in the draft, and everybody has the right to see it out with whoever their guy was. I think a lot of people overreacted to just the height of Keaton Wagler.
Yes, being 6'5", 6'6".
And didn't realize there's still a lot of work that he needs to put into his game. Again, this is an unrecruited guy out of high school. This is a guy who needs to put on more weight. He needs to become more physical. The confidence is lacking a little. I know he's not going to say any of this. This is stuff I have noticed with him. That alpha thing is not there for him right now, at least. Now, he can get there. Absolutely. He's talented as heck. But I think right now it's easy for me to say Akov will outshine Wagler. Yes.
I would agree. I do think it's an overreaction based off of one summer league performance to declare that outright, but there's certainly a leader in the clubhouse very quickly, and it's not just because of one summer league game. It's what we saw in that summer league game. Look, Keaton Wagler has a very limited bag offensively. He really struggled to get any space whatsoever against Emmanuel Sharp. And Emmanuel Sharp's a really good defender, don't get me wrong, but Emmanuel Sharp is undersized compared to Keaton Wagler. Not by a lot, but by a little bit.
Wagler's what, 6'6"?
And you're the 5th overall pick, and you couldn't get past the 45th pick. Like that, it's one game. You don't want to go too crazy. But some of the concerns that we heard about Keaton Wagler, some of the things that Brendan Nunes talked about in his draft profile of Keaton Wagler for Sactown Sports, we saw on full display there. He took 7 shots, 5 of them were threes because he couldn't get any space around the rim.
I want this draft class to be as successful as they can be, honestly, for the league.
Sure.
I want these guys to all succeed as long as they're not playing the Kings.
Yes.
But I do truly want this to be a successful draft class when we all go back and look at it. I don't want to say that guy was a bust or that guy was a bust.
Right.
But picking and choosing right now, I feel like Akov in the long run is going to have the better career. And I'm probably a little biased because I've liked him from the get-go.
Yeah.
There's still just stuff with Wagler even before that game, Matt. I'm even going back. There's just stuff that I still was like, there's a lot of growth that has to happen with this young man.
He's more of a project.
That might work really well, though, for his fit in L.A. because you got DG up there, Darius Garland.
Playing next to Garland.
Right.
The Clippers are transitioning. Well, at least they're trying to. They tried to trade Kawhi, and it's still pending because of their investigation. But, like, he might be the right kind of project for the Clippers, but he very much looks more like a project than Akov and a lot of the guys picked around him.
I just can't imagine him, you guys, being here right now. I just don't think that would work here.
I agree. If the Kings had Wagler last night and the Clippers had Akov, I think we'd be feeling – I don't know how LA Sports Radio is feeling right now talking about the Clippers. While we wouldn't, again, overreact to one game, I think we'd be feeling a little bit discouraged today if Keaton Wagler were a Sacramento King based off of how that debut went. It's one game. It doesn't determine everything, but I was not very impressed whatsoever by what I saw from Keaton Wagler in that first game. All right, Overreaction or non-overreaction. Number 4, Emmanuel Sharp should be part of the Kings' everyday rotation.
Starting lineup wise?
No, not starting.
Oh, okay.
The rotation.
No, just 10-man rotation.
The rotation, not a starting lineup.
I was like, oh gosh. No, I don't think that's an overreaction right now. What do we have to work with right now? Mostly young guys who are all trying to, in a way, prove themselves coming off the bench.
This one's interesting, though, because the way I see it is basically him and Nick Clifford are fighting for the same minutes.
Maybe.
So if he is part of the
and that's
rotation, then that means he's more NBA ready
Sure.
right now than Nick Clifford is, which will really say something about Nick Clifford
Yeah.
because Nick Clifford feels like 29 years old, even though I only think he's 25.
Emmanuel Sharp is 22.
Is he only 22? He spent 5 years in college, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Emmanuel Sharp is 22.
Okay,
Nick
that's
is
good.
24. Nick will be 25 in February of next year. So he's going to be
Okay.
24 for the majority of the Kings season.
I did not realize Sharp was that young for being in college for 5 years.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's good.
I don't think it's an overreaction to say that he should be in the conversation. Maybe saying he should be a part of it based off of 3 performances alone might be a little bit of an overreaction. But if Emmanuel Sharp continues to play this way through Summer League, I know he's already impressed the Kings. I know he's already impressed Doug Christie. If he goes into training camp and this is what he's doing every day, guarding Akov and guarding Zach LaVine, and then he plays in some preseason games and he does the same thing, Doug Christie's going to have a really, really hard time saying, I can't put you into the opening night rotation if that's what he brings. And if anything slips, he's going to be the first guy out that is on the outside of the rotation that gets the bump in.
The only reason why I don't think it is an overreaction, because I think a lot of like I said, this roster is so young now. It's like, okay, whoever goes out and proves they're deserving of minutes outside of the starting lineup, it's go battle. And I truly feel that's how they're going to look at this.
Dwayne on the YouTube comment section says Sharp won't be in the rotation. First off, Dwayne, why do you feel that way? And 2, do you mean on opening night or do you mean at any point during this season? Because I absolutely think Emmanuel Sharp will play his way into being a part of this rotation at some point this season. Because I believe at some point either Zach LaVine's going to be gone or Zach LaVine's going to be his minutes are going to be severely cut back to make way for more playing time for the young guys. I just think that's where the Kings are headed, depending upon what happens with Zach this season. So I do believe at some point, there will be a point this season where Emmanuel Sharp is in the everyday rotation for the Kings. How long that will last, I don't know. And it might be because of injury. It might be because he earned it. I don't know. But I do think he's going to make the rotation. But I'm not sold he'll be in the rotation opening night. But he's certainly doing a good job playing his way into that conversation based off of what he's been so far. How about this one? Emmanuel Sharp has the potential to be an NBA starter.
Right now, that's an overreaction for me.
I would agree. But I think he's showing that if you have a scoring guard and you need a defensive guard next to him that can space the floor, hey, Emmanuel Sharp has the potential to be that guy. And for Kings fans who are calling for Keon Ellis to start, you're probably looking at Emmanuel Sharp and going, maybe he can do the same thing.
Yeah. And I think for that, those are the types of things like, let this young man, let's not put any
don't rush
of those expectations on him yet. Let him work his way into a role here and to find some time to get comfortable with the organization, get comfortable with the league. And then we can talk about, is he a guy that can be a second rounder like Brunson and not be a star, but, be even just a starter. Because that's hard to do.
Yeah.
As a second rounder. It's hard.
I could see scenarios, depending upon, again, what happens with Zach LaVine. If the Kings were to finish the season with Emmanuel Sharp starting at the 2, again, it kind of feeds into what Kyle was talking about with Nick Clifford. Like, I could see a scenario where Emmanuel Sharp beats out Nick Clifford for that starting 2 spot if it were to become available.
Yeah.
But I'm not predicting that as of right now. I just like the idea of Sharp and Akov sharing the floor together because Sharp can take a lot of that defensive responsibility as the lead guard defender off of his hands. But we'll see. It's very early. So as of now, I agree that is an overreaction. How about this one? Because I'm certainly on this young man's bandwagon. Jonathan Mobo will be converted to a full contract. He'll be the next two-way success story for the Sacramento Kings.
That is not an overreaction in my mind because of the history of what the Kings are doing with these two-way contracts and the success that the G League has. It just seems to be like a real thing.
Yeah.
And they're facts to back that up. So with what Mobo shows out there and with a little bit of the experience that he already has, now coming to the Kings on a 2-way contract where he can continue to do some things in the G League, I think he could very well see that contract converted.
I'm right there with you. I think the biggest thing standing in Mobo's way is now Scott Perry is putting together more of a roster of guys that you can't see just disappearing. Like there were a number of players on the roster last year, from Doug McDermott to, oh my God, why am I blanking on his name? Who they traded?
Isaac Jones?
Oh. Dario Saric. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dario Saric, Devin Carter, guys like this that you're like, yeah, there's a roster spot potentially available for when they wanted to convert Dylan Cardwell. Now this roster is starting to fill up with guys that are Scott Perry guys that the Kings want to take a longer look at. So the thing that might be standing in Mobo's way to a full roster spot might be the amount of other young talent that they have, like Daquan Plowden has been converted to a main roster spot. I think he deserves that, right? Precious Achiuwa is back. So that might stand in his way, but the Kings have been the model of success for turning 2-way talent into full NBA talent. Now they just need to become a model of success of then keeping that talent around so that they can play their best basketball here in Sacramento, a la Neemias Queta in Boston, or maybe Keon Ellis in Brooklyn. We'll have to wait and see.
Gabe Vincent, Miami.
Gabe Vincent, Miami. Yes, that's another good example. I love Jonathan Mobo, though. He's flying around.
Fun to watch,
he's
man.
athletic as hell. He almost had a nasty alley-oop from Emmanuel Sharp, but just had it. I thought he was fouled, but good defense at the rim. But that man can jump out the gym. All right, final one. Kyle, I want you involved in this conversation. Dylan Cardwell will continue to have foul trouble issues.
Kyle, go first.
I mean, he better figure it out or else it's going to be hard for him to find minutes.
I respect the fact that Dylan knows, and he said this after the third California Classic game. He knows he has 10 fouls, so he can use them. Now, you're supposed to
That can also be a
Yes,
crutch.
it can be a crutch, 100%, because you want to use Summer League to work on your NBA game, right? Not just play a different game. But how Cardwell says he is handling defending the paint this season is we're not going to get punked anymore, and you're not going to get easy baskets in the paint. And if you're coming in around the rim, Dylan Cardwell's going to hit you.
Yeah.
He's very much made that clear from how he's been playing so far in the Summer League and California Classic. But yes, he does need to learn how to defend without fouling. I think he's improved at avoiding offensive fouls with his screen setting, so that's been good.
That's been better.
But we need you to protect the rim by blocking shots, my friend, not hacking somebody and sending them to the free throw line.
And it's hard to say if that's an overreaction right now, because I don't want it to be. I want him to be able to figure it out.
Yes.
And hopefully just having these 10 fouls you're given is not a crutch for him, and he is just utilizing it to, work on the game that he needs to work on. And we're hoping and praying that other things are being said behind the scenes about, hey, regular season, you can't foul out. Like we need you. We need you to help the team.
It's such a super fine
but it's
line.
Hard. It's hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So he is a defensive specialist.
Right.
But he's also 6'8".
Yep.
So if he's going to be a traditional shot blocking big, I mean, you can find 7'1" and 7'2" guys all throughout the league. So you're going to have to be able to defend bigs or people bigger than you without fouling.
And that's hard.
Yeah,
in the league.
exactly. It's a very fine skill set. And I think the only thing that's preventing him is that he's 6'8" and he's going to be guarding 7'2", 7'3" guys.
I think what the Kings like about him the most, though, is that he's a tone setter with his physicality. And the Kings want it to be known that if you're going to come into this paint, you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
And it's going to be physical. It's not going to be Olay defense, and it's not going to be easy buckets at the rim. And I think that's what they really like about what Dylan Cardwell brings. But Dylan, we can't be fouling out in 5 minutes, so we got to rein it in a little bit, pal. So that's another thing for him to work on and figure out. By the way, he took a straightaway 3 last night. He missed it, but it looked pretty good. Jumper looked pretty good.
You're saying it's getting better than that
better.
air ball in Milwaukee?
Yeah, it can't be much worse than it was with that. So the shooting stroke looks like it's getting a little
Did
bit
we ever
better.
show you that video, Kayla, of the Dylan air ball in Milwaukee? I feel like we did that at some point.
I think we did.
Yeah, it was really bad.
It was rough. He's getting closer. We'll take the break. When we come back, for one last time, our MLB mini seasons update involving Kyle Ledbetter, and then we say Bon Voyage and a special Kyle's Curveball. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
Happy Friday from the KCRA3 Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Ophelia Young. Weather will be yet a little warmer in the foothills today. Expect afternoon temperatures to climb into the low 90s under sunny skies. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-572-3344. That's 800-572-3344.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions. Exercise and golf have been 2 important activities in my life. I opened Golf Fitness Solutions in 2013 to help my fellow golf enthusiasts improve their posture, relieve their pain, gain strength and endurance, and most importantly, hit the ball farther. From beginners to professionals, I've had success working with all ages and all skill levels, and I can help you too. Located in Carmichael, call us at 916-802-5175 or go to golffitnesssolutions.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
All right, really quickly, let's get through these MLB mini seasons, and I'm not just going to breeze through it because I'm losing badly. I am out of the race. It's actually fitting, though.
Yeah.
We are very close to Kyle Ledbetter.
Yeah, that's pretty
winning
cool.
the trophy and riding off into the sunset.
Crazy.
This would be your 3rd or 4th?
My first real one.
Yeah,
First real one. Hey, that don't matter.
Without Anthony or Ramsey assisting me.
Well, he might. Kyle's very close to going out on top after the Brewers beat the Cardinals 8-4 yesterday. Kayla, you picked the White Sox over the Red Sox, and you lost the battle of the sock drawer.
Yikes.
2-1 the final.
Oh, what a loser!
And my disaster of a week continues because
Hey.
I picked the Reds to beat the Phillies, and they lost 1-0.
Ooh.
I have the Rays versus the Mariners today. Who cares? You have the Mariners versus the Rays today, so
Oh,
you need.
I have the Mariners against the Rays.
I'm sorry. You have the Mariners versus the Rays today. Kyle's going for the perfect 5-0 week. If he does, it's over anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But Kayla, you have the Yankees versus the Nationals. If the Mariners lose and the Yankees win by like 10 runs or something like that, or I guess if the Mariners,
It's like 10 runs between the two games.
Yeah, there's a 10-run gap. So you need to have a big day from the Yankees to have a chance to steal the trophy away from Kyle on his way out. That's our MLB mini seasons update. Now
It would be really fitting though if I lose at the end. Like the
I don't know.
Mariners just get crushed like 9-1 and I lose.
I want you to win.
But I'm saying it would be fitting that I walk out right on the doorstep of victory only for it to be
To
snatched.
be a loss?
Yeah, just given how I've done in this game, I mean, Jesus.
Oh, look who entered the chat.
Alan Stiles is here in the chat.
Stiles himself.
He'll be with us in studio along with Whitey Gleason here very shortly for our crosstalk. But now it is time for one final Kyle's Curveball. Kyle is leaving us. This is his last show and doing so on his terms, which is, if there's anything good about it, it's always good to leave on your terms.
Also very rare in this industry.
That's true too. Kyle, one last curveball for us. Take it away.
All right. Your curveball is quite a crazy one today. Yeah, there you go. There's no game or anything today. We're just going to take the time to kind of say goodbye and say our thoughts.
Nice.
I've seen a lot of people in the chat asking like, "Oh, what's coming next? What do you have going on?" Look, there's no grand like, "Oh, I'm moving to this city with this job," or "I'm doing this." Like, I don't have anything bigger or grander lined up, and most likely the next thing I'm going to do is probably not going to be public facing for the most part. I'm going to kind of retreat into the background a little bit. Maybe you'll see me emerge every now and again, but the bigger reason why I'm moving on is that I just feel emotionally like it is time for me to grow up a little bit. Some people know my story, and I've mentioned it over the years, but I first picked up a microphone and started podcasting when I was 17 years old.
Hell yeah.
And I have done Instagram pages that have gotten 50,000 followers and podcasts that have done 250,000 downloads and YouTube channels and radio and podcasting stuff. And obviously now getting to work with you guys at Sactown Sports and all the great people over the years. So basically the last 8 years of my life and my entire adulthood, this has been my life. And I am at a point now where for so long I needed this, partially as an escape, and not to be my therapist, but basically I needed this as an escape and I needed this as the thing that I always wanted in my life. And now I'm getting to the point where I can tell myself, it'll be fun to still have this, but I don't need it anymore. And I think that's going to be very important for my kind of just general well-being and quality of life reasons. Maybe that means you'll see me back here on this station sometime in the future or somewhere else in Sacramento or maybe in some other city down the line. Who knows? But the bigger thing is me just getting to a point where I can say, after today, I can say I don't need this anymore. I may want it one day, but I don't need to be Kyle Ledbetter, the sports radio host, and Kyle Ledbetter, the podcaster, and Kyle Ledbetter, the guy on 1140. So that's the bigger thing. And I'm also just feel like this is a perfect exit ramp with the book being done and all the situations at the station being in good order. You guys are going to do great things without me, and I know that this show is in great standing, and you guys are going to continue to do great things, even though I'm passing the reins off to my guy Anthony, who, by the way, is better than me at this job, so it's only going to go up.
That's not true.
And yeah, so as I walk away, I've been thinking about this just a lot, and the things that I'm taking away from here are the memories and the people that I got the chance to work with. The first part is the memories, and God, I got to do so many cool things. For those who don't know, I went to college at UC Davis, Aggies up, and this was my first job out of college, was originally working terrible Oakland A's games on this radio station, hitting buttons to put them on the air. And then my first year here was working Kings games during the Beam Team season. So I arrived in Sacramento in sports media at literally the best time ever to be part of the Sacramento Kings. I was like, this is the coolest story in sports. The Beam, my first Kings game that year I went to was the Brooklyn one where they dropped like 153 points. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. So I got to do that. I got to do 1,000 hours of radio. I got to produce Kings games and A's games and football games. Last year, I got credentialed to go to the A's in Sacramento. I went to 30 or 40 games. I got to do all sorts of cool experiences while I worked here and got to do fun radio shows with great people. And it was so many fun. And I made and wrote 2 books along the way.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I've made memories that I will carry with me for literally the rest of my life, thanks to 1140 and thanks to being in this job and having showed up at exactly the right time that I was supposed to show up here 4 years ago. So those memories I'm going to cherish forever. And maybe there would have been more memories down the line, but honestly, it's not going to be as good as the Beam Team season. I mean, that was so freaking special, and what the playoff drought meant to this city and everything. It's why I wanted to write a book about it, because it is really special, and this community is really special. And I'm grateful that those people got to embrace me just a little bit. So those are the memories. And then the people are really the thing that's going to be what I take away the most from here. I mean, there are great, great people that work here at 1140. From Matt George and Kayla Anderson, my guy Alan Stiles and Whitey Gleason, to Dave and Jason Ross and Christopher Laud, who Christopher Laud trained me my first day working at Sactown Sports. And he's been that kind of like grandfather figure for a lot of the new generation here. I know he's only like 40, but Chris, you're the grandfather of this station producers at this point. Him and Jay Johnson, people who I've worked with before, whether that was Nick Cattles and Rami Makloff and Deuce and Mo, Nate Littlefield and Simone Rickford and Emil Fergoso, who was here for a long time, the digital guys like Chris Watkins and Frankie and Brennan. These are really, really good people. And then all the board ops I've gotten to work with, whether it's Anthony or Ramsey, Ryan Mauser, all sorts of Bobby Jones, Jay Woods, like all of these people I've gotten the chance to meet here have been so wonderful. And getting to just see them every day and laugh every day is really a special environment that honestly doesn't exist in very many places. The chance to walk into work every day and know that you're going to laugh is something that I really probably took for granted and really, really am going to miss when it's gone. And I know that there will be greater things on the other side of it, but at the end of the day, I spent basically my entire early 20s sitting in this little 6-foot by 10-foot box
with
behind
a
the glass.
support beam in the middle of it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. This is a very tiny radio studio. Oh, I almost forgot because I saw his face. My guy Jay Mars, too.
Yep.
The best boss I ever had is Jay Mars. I hope he's doing wonderful, too. But also, this little room kind of not raised me, but essentially gave me the chance to live out a version of my dreams. And now that I'm 25, I'm looking around and saying, I think there's probably more to life than this 6-foot by 10-foot box that I'm sitting in. So I'm going to really miss the people here. I'm going to cherish the memories. And I'm just really, really grateful for all the time that I got to have here and all the experiences I got to share. And I will cherish the people here and the memories I made for the rest of my life.
Well said. First of all, I already cried to start the show.
Do it again.
No,
do it again.
we're not
do it
gonna
again.
do this.
More tears.
Well, first of all, let's start with this, a kind of a fun thing.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be the biggest loss.
What's so funny about what people probably don't know on this show is we like to eat on the show. And I specifically have a problem with it.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so I'm not apologizing. But Kyle brings in, literally, and I don't even know how this started, He brings in fresh cut veggies almost every single day we're on the show. And I know that seems stupid and like, oh, who cares? But like, it's the little things that Kyle does for his teammates that goes the long ways. And whether it be bringing in little veggies every day for us or just asking us how we're doing.
Give me a cucumber.
Right? Or just saying, hey, how like I've gone through a lot of struggle since, moving here on my own. Kyle's always, and, Matt's like this too, but Kyle's always been like, how are you doing? Checking in on you. Do you need anything? That just goes a long way. And people don't see those things that maybe watch the show every day.
Right.
So I just want to thank Kyle for all the little things that mean so much. And you're going to kill it whatever you do. And I just am glad you're able to do this on your own terms, because I know this business is tough. And it is tough to leave a job in this business. So for you to do it, that's awesome that you have the courage and you believe in yourself. You're going to do big things. And I just really appreciate everything you've done for me, for Matt, for this show, for the station, Kyle. It's just, you're awesome. You're a kind person.
Kyle and I share a very similar story because I started in this industry. Kyle didn't do this, but I was the last intern that we had at CBS Sports Radio at the time. And I got my start as a part-time board op running A's games. And I remember those summer days. There's a fun and a peace to it, especially listening to the great Ken Korak. But it's a grind in its own right. And the way you keep going in this industry is you show up every day, you work hard and try and keep as positive of an attitude as you possibly can, which is very difficult at times, as we all go through in life. But you also need to know when it's time to move on. And one of the best things that Kyle said was that that you've kind of outgrown this in a way, or that you're ready to move on. And trusting yourself in those decisions can be very difficult to do when it's a job that is so much fun. Like, we get to do something that's very wonderful that so many people would love to do this. It's a blast. But I already put this out on social media, but I'll say it again here on the air. We started a new adventure as a show in January with 3 people who barely knew each other and never had worked together before. And I was the outsider coming in. Kayla, you weren't here full time necessarily, but you had at least spent a little while getting to know everybody. And I knew Kyle from seeing him in A's games and stuff like that. And I knew of you from hearing you on the radio. But none of us had ever worked together before, and bam, here is this 4-hour midday show at a time where KHDK and Sactown Sports, we're continuing to grow and we're doing great things here, and there's the stress of expectations, right? And the number one thing that I could say about Kyle is how much he cares, right? He cares about the stream looking good. He cares about the show sounding good. He cares about adding to the content and bringing his own thoughts into the show, but also not trying to overwhelm the show with voices, which is very, very easy to do in radio. It's a very overnight significant switch going from the show with Alan, where he was essentially Alan's co-host in so many ways and has the ability to do that, and then stepping more into like a producer board op role that can chime in. Like, he's like the utility player in baseball that every manager loves to have, because you can put him in certain roles and he won't just do well at the role, he'll care about doing well about the role. And that's like, shows can fail very, very quickly. And you can tell if shows are failing very, very quickly because people aren't 100% all in. And Kyle has been 100% all in from the very beginning. So a lot of times stations don't realize and workforces don't realize what they have until it's no longer there. And that's potentially a void that we're going to feel immediately when Kyle is moving on. But the fact that you're making this decision yourself is wonderful. We, of course, support you and hope that you will be a part of the show in the future as much as possible.
You can also call in.
You can call in. We'll block you, though. And
I know the special hotline number, too.
I know, right? He knows the hotline,
he
baby.
Knows the hotline. But,
I know where all the skeletons are buried around here.
Well, we're going to cut you off like your TC if you go too long. So you got to make sure you have a timing window, Kyle. But we appreciate you, my friend. You've been awesome. You've been amazing. Thanks for caring so much about something that Kayla and I get most of the credit for as the voices on the show. But the amount of work that happens in that small little room that he's in, is tremendous. So appreciate you, my friend, and thanks for everything you poured into this show.
Go kill it, brother.
Thank you both for everything you guys have done, and I'm really going to miss working with you guys very much so. That's the hardest part about this, is having to leave you guys floating in the wind of uncertainty, but I know everything's going to work out just great here, and I've gotten everything out of this and more that I could have wanted. So I'm sure this is a see you later, not a goodbye, but thank you guys for everything that you've done. And thank you to all the people listening too. That's the bigger thing. This world doesn't exist without all of you supporting and understanding our intricacies and liking the dumb jokes that we come up with. So everyone who's commenting on YouTube, I see you all. Thank you all so much. Some people have called in today to tell me thank you. Like, all of you guys make this what it is, and I cannot thank you guys enough for what you've made in terms of this community, because it really is special.
Well, we've got one segment left together, and we're bringing in
Alan's
got
to say his goodbyes. He's already in the chat.
Alan Stiles, Whitey Gleason join us next for Crosstalk, and before the Drive Guys take over for the next 4 hours, it's Matt and Kayla on a Friday here on Sactown Sports.
Awkward time to ask this, but hey, did you download the trail map?
Yeah, no, I don't need to.
I don't understand. You're trusting your signal out here?
Well, I'm trusting T-Mobile. They have the best network. And if we end up in bum-tots nowhere, well, we've got T-Satellite for backup.
Whoa, I don't trust my carrier that much.
We'll just use your phone as a flashlight.
With America's best network and T-Satellite, we're keeping you connected in places you never thought possible. And if you switch today, you get free phones for $0 down and only $25 a month per line for 4 lines. Find out more at T-Mobile.com or visit your local store.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data to age 2025 with 24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible port-ins on Essentials. For well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 connection charge per line. Credits end in balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement example $299.99 Moto Edge 5G required. T-Satellite available with compatible device in most outdoor areas in the U.S. where you can see the sky. Included with experience beyond or $10 a month. Auto renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Visit T-Mobile.com.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the match day spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too! Incredible! What a finish! Sensational combination! Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Carmichael Dave here. So proud to talk about my new friends at Pest Pros, where they are family owned, they are locally rooted, and they are committed to serving Northern California. I got a mouse problem at my house, and I don't like mice. I got a cockroach problem at my house, and I don't like cockroaches. That's a real thing. You're going to get pest protection somewhere. Why not get it at a place that is locally owned and operated? Longtime Kings fans and partners, and the community, yeah, you've spoken. They're back-to-back Sacramento favorites. So if you got pest control, you don't have Pest Pros. Step up to the pros with their all-star lineup. Don't just make the call, make the right call. Go to pestprosps.com, Sacramento grown, family owned, or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345. Step up to the pros at Pest Pros.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is, live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Looking for family fun, thrilling baseball, and unforgettable memories? Come out to Sutter Health Park and catch the Sacramento River Cats in action. Great games, great food, and great times await. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms? At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
There's so many times that I just wish the audience could see what's happening during the break, because this last break consisted of
I'm sorry.
Kayla screaming at her dog through the dog cam because Red is barking and he knows he's not supposed to be. And he's going to get it when he gets home, it sounds like, because Kayla was screaming.
Yeah, I walked in and she was going, "You're being bad."
I wasn't
terrified. Sure who we were talking to for a minute.
Well, you never know. But he's going in the other room and doing it now.
Oh,
because he thinks that
There he is.
There he goes.
Yeah, there he is. There he is.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this is just being a mom.
I thought you were talking about when I gave Kyle my farewell plate.
Honestly, better than anything we gave him. A farewell plate is pretty elite.
Paper plate.
I promise you, he has never gotten that before in his life.
It's a one of one.
And he never will again.
Put it on his wall.
It's a PSA 10.
That'll be worth a lot one day.
What did Alan get him?
Hold on, Alan's getting situated.
Okay.
He had to turn down the thermostat.
By the way,
he got me a nice card, and I'm guessing there's a Taco Bell gift card in here.
There's only one way to find out.
Okay.
One way to open it up.
It's an inside joke for us. I had to eat Taco Bell in the air.
Be careful. It's causing explosive doo-doo. There's a lot of... No, I'm serious, you guys. This is a real thing.
I saw.
It's a thing that's going on right now.
They've made the necessary
be
changes
careful.
to the menu.
As long as he's fine.
There goes our Taco Bell sponsorship.
Yeah.
Y'all.
But Alan and I have given them enough publicity over the years.
Yeah.
Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles joining us for a little bit of crosstalk. Guys, we just spent the last segment saying bon voyage to Kyle. Alan, of course, you and Kyle worked together very, very closely over the course of a year. Were you keeping the goodbyes private, or anything you would like to say?
No, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but Kyle knows how I feel about him, and the door is always open. Our paths crossed a couple different times, obviously, during Stiles and Watkins, and then when it was just me solo, and some changes happened at the station, and some decisions had to be made as far as who was going to be behind the ones and twos for me, and I gave Kyle a call, and we talked about it, and yeah, I told him that there was nobody I'd rather have, and we did some great things together. So, the good thing about Kyle is a lot of people have to struggle to figure out what they're talented in. Kyle, it just kind of comes a bit easy to him, and he has so many different avenues that he can go into that I know he's going to crush it, and I'm just super appreciative of the time we got to spend together and the time we worked together, and yeah, it's something I'll never forget. So I love you, Kyle, and the door is always open, and I'll see you in San Diego for one of those burritos with fries in them.
And Whitey, you are now, I believe, the lone Padres fan left at the station now.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what this means?
Jay's kind of on the fence. He's
going the wrong way.
It's not a good year to be recruiting, but yeah.
You could pitch Anthony. He's not a big baseball fan.
Maybe win over Anthony.
Yeah, but if you're going to choose from here, wouldn't be the Padres.
No. Wouldn't be your team either, though.
Yeah,
No.
got that right.
Definitely not.
Well, as we say goodbye to Kyle Ledbetter, we say hello to the Drive Guys, Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles, on a Friday, a getaway Friday for the show.
Oh, yeah.
4 hours.
That's right. Vacay mode.
Oh, vacay is it? Oh, vacay
I'm
is it?
pretty sure you're still working.
Did you say that on the air? Did you mean to say that on the air?
No, it's not a vacay.
I'm driving home yesterday. And
I was listening too.
I'm tuning into the show because I always
Yeah.
listen to the Drive Guys, and I tune in. All of a sudden, I hear like, "I'm gonna go golfing here. I'm gonna eat here." I'm like,
Yeah,
when are you going to Summer
Recruiting
League?
Whitey
though?
to
there
golf,
for a
yeah.
whole week.
Yeah.
There's a lot that can be done in a lot of time.
Gonna go by fast, Alan.
I know it does. Good times always do.
Well, before you get there, we get 4 hours of the Drive Guys coming up next. Kyle, one last time,
Yes.
we love you.
Go
Thank
kill
you
it,
so
Kyle.
much. Best of luck to you. And Kayla and I will be back, not in Vegas, but here, 10 a.m. on
Party.
Monday. We're going to have our own party.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to have our own party.
That's right. I'm
Yeah.
bringing Red in.
Yeah. Oh. Well, that might not be good for the show based off the barking part. But
No, he wouldn't bark.
We'll talk about it off the air. The Drive Guys, Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles are next. We'll see you next week on Sactown Sports.
Peace.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing